Beaners.
Beaners. Beaners.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, dude, that shit goes hard.
Yeah, dude, you should put that on wax, as the kids would say.
No, the kids don't say that.
Shut the fuck up. Hey,
You're
Beaners.
old now.
We are back.
Yeah.
Hassan is here.
Yes.
He's not dead. I'm here. I'm not dead. And you are here. You're are not dead.
And congrats.
Congrats. We love it every time.
Right.
Bro, you want to get into the episode?
Well,
you know it's the 100th episode.
This is the 100th episode. But before we get into that,
Oh, I'm excited.
we got to talk about episode 99.
Nigga, this episode cinco, I don't know 100 in Spanish. 100 cinco, one cinco, nigga.
Okay, 155.
Yeah.
Good old episode 100.
All right. Let's do it, baby.
Yeah.
Tell me about Air Bud.
Well,
You watched it for the first time, and that's crazy.
For the airtime. For the first time.
It was the
airtime. For the first time. Yo, I really like this movie.
Yeah.
I had a great time. The entire time.
It's a good time, bro. It'd be weird if you were like, yo, I watched this movie and it fucking sucked ass.
No, I thought the guy who played the clown was funny. It was, it was perfect. Like,
Be careful on the curtain, bro. You sitting
I was sitting on the curtain.
like hardcore. That's why I was like, you were sitting on the hardcore enough. It's like, man, one move might ruin this whole everything, which would be funny, and you guys would get a great thing. And keep that in.
Perfect way to start episode 100.
Keep that in, Gabe.
Yeah.
That's in episode 100 because you know what? Sometimes we keep it real on Sport Event.
Yeah, we still can't figure it out. We still can't get it right here. It's been 100 episodes. You think I'd learn not to sit on the fucking curtain? Really basic shit. Not covered here on Spoil the Beans.
Tell me about Air Bud, though.
I thought the guy was funny. It was perfect children's slapstick.
Yeah, it was.
Like the humor, it was like great for kids. It was, you know what I mean? It's like the kid in me really liked this movie.
What'd you think of the dog?
It was adorable as fuck, dude. This is a cute ass dog.
You thought the dog was adorable?
Yeah, I
What
thought
about his
the dog-
basketball abilities? That's what
I mean,
I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking
basketball
about. I'm talking
abilities.
about basketball.
Oh, unbelievable. My favorite part is that he forced a jump ball. Well, you didn't talk about this.
Wait, I didn't. What do you mean he forced the jump ball? Tell me.
So he first of all he had like so many steals. So
I told, bro, and like he had like 5, maybe 6.
yeah. So he gets like a steal, and it's like the team in red is like a guy in red grabs it, and then he jumps on the ball and bites it, and they wrestle to the ground together. And so he
Like
wins.
a jump ball.
Yeah, he gets the jump ball, and then
They
he
have the
wins
possession.
the jump ball.
He wins the jump.
Yeah, because he barks at the right time and it scares the kid, and then
passes
wins-
it to somebody.
Yeah, and he passes it to his own teammate.
Because he knows somehow he knows.
Yeah. My only problem with this movie is that clearly Air Bud should have made the game-winning shot. Clearly. Like, the lesson the kid should have learned was, it's the final seconds, I have the ball, I pass it.
To Air Bud.
Who nails it. Also, to hit those 2 free throws in the fourth quarter, down 14 seconds
Oh my
left.
God. It's like real deal.
Yeah.
It's real deal. Like, who
like,
are
bro,
you? Who are you as a player?
If you think of that situationally, that's stuff that pros, that's hard for the pros. You gotta be.
That's hard for the best.
That's hard for the best. You gotta be, because it's like.
We've seen LeBron miss those free throws.
Yeah,
We've seen
it's not
Jordan.
even
People
a-
miss them. Kobe people miss those free throws sometimes, bro.
Because it's not even about skill at that point. It's all about like mindset. Because you're, especially at the pro level. Yeah.
Concentration.
You know, if you're Air Bud, you know you can physically
Bro,
make the
how
shots.
loud is the arena when a nigga's trying to make a free throw with 14 seconds left
Right.
and you down 4
Right.
and everybody knows this? It's on an away game. It is loud.
Right.
And this dog
Right. Just.
dropped one. Think about the first one, bro, because niggas don't usually. I mean, the confidence.
For that too, the added effect of how crazy the crowd will be going while seeing a dog do this. Like the level of energy in that would probably rival an NBA playoff game.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
The level of energy in that kid's arena would have you right because we would have
Electric. It would have been.
I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. This dog just brought us within 2.
Right.
This championship game,
Right.
and I'm looking at my wife because this is our kids playing. I'm like, because let's say our kid's just on the team.
Yeah.
He's just on the team,
Right.
And you're a parent at that game,
Yeah.
Right? You live in the city. You work a job.
Yeah.
You're a postman in a town.
Yeah.
Bro, you looking at your wife like, baby, that dog has like 6 points.
Bro, he has assists. Like he's like.
The moment you're right, you'd be like, yo, that dog.
Yeah.
Because you'd also be like, babe, and you driving home with your wife, and kid would be like, That dog brought us back in the game.
Yeah, dude. Not brought us back. He won us the game. He won us the game. I mean, at the end of the day, it was also his own.
As a aren't you crying? I'm crying.
Yeah.
As a dad, I would be like, I think I saw Jesus take the body of a dog and play basketball.
Win a middle school playoff basketball game.
Like, I don't know what. You would be smoking by yourself at night, being like, "Oh my god!" Like talking to your wife, like, "Honey, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, a couple things I want to say. This is how this movie was written, right?
The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. So whoever wrote this movie, I should have looked it up. Whoever wrote this movie was
Harvey Weinstein produced it.
Yeah. I would say, or maybe Harvey agreed this movie. What happened?
Greenlight it.
Yeah. What happened was whoever wrote this movie was at Thanksgiving fucking dinner, and his brother like coaches the high school basketball team, and he's just getting high, and he's like, "Hey man, is there a rule in there about like whether or not a dog can play a game?" And they laughed and laughed and laughed, and then he was like, "Oh shit, I can write a movie around that."
Yeah, he did. And it turned out to be a motherfucking franchise.
Classic movie. That movie
franchise. It turned out to be a franchise, bro. The dog goes on to play soccer. Soccer, nigga. Soccer. How the fuck?
Yeah.
How the fuck's it playing basketball?
Yeah.
It's like one nigga. Did you see the one where it wins the heavyweight championship?
Right.
That's the best one. Air Bud heavyweight.
Air Bud heavyweight. That's so funny. Oh man. Sorry, there's like a cricket on the on the thing behind you.
Nigga, there's a cricket in that
That's so funny. I wonder if that got caught on camera.
There's a motherfucking cricket. Nigga, that's spoiled beans, bro.
Yeah.
And that's episode 100 pregame. We'll see y'all in a second.
I got one more thing to say.
What you mean? Hurry.
Hey, this is episode 100. I'm
Nigga, go.
The courtroom scene.
The greatest scene of all time in movies?
Yeah, no.
There's a cricket in my room while you're talking. So keep talking.
Yeah, it rivals 8 Mile end scene as one of the greatest movie scenes of all time.
Absolutely agree with that.
And that's Air Bud.
Die, nigga, cricket!
Beaners. This is your intermission right now.
Before we get into the episode you are here for, really quick, thank you for listening.
Yes,
we love you.
We do. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Rate and review this podcast on iTunes.
Please rate and review. That stuff matters. We could use the help, and we would appreciate it.
Yeah, tell your friends about the podcast. We know you love it.
Tell your friends about the podcast. We know you love it. You keep going back and listening to old episodes. That's how we know you love it. We appreciate that.
And follow us on Instagram at Spoil the Beans, and then you can find our individual Instagrams. We're linked on everything. Follow
Derek
us from
Poston, Sanamad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and shout out to Greg Scamato for making our theme music. If you want some more samples from him or maybe help from him, check out gregcanhelp.com.
Yep.
Yeah. And now back to your future presentation. Hey.
Welcome to the 100th. Welcome to the 100th.
This is episode 100, everybody.
100 episodes of Spoil the Goddamn Beans.
We did it.
It's crazy, though. A lot of podcasts don't go this far. And I honestly thought I would have killed you way before this.
Wow.
Because I try all the time.
What?
And I have failed.
Okay.
Not good at it.
Well, this is terrifying news to hear 100 episodes in.
But we made it. You both made it. We made
did
it.
it.
We made it. Everyone else made it. And oh my God, thank you. We cannot thank you enough, guys. Honestly, bro, we cannot fucking thank you enough for listening for 100 episodes.
Beaners, man.
Real deal. We love you, Beaners.
Beaners.
Beaners for life.
This is
Beaners
for you.
International.
Yeah.
We international, bro. We got motherfucking Beaners all over the goddamn country. And Beaners, guess what? We're going to come do stand-up for you somewhere at some point in some time.
Yes.
And some of those cities, it's coming up right now.
And hey, Kansas City Beaners. Way to join us on historic
shit.
100th episode. Yeah.
We got all these new Kansas City Beaners because we were just there.
Yeah, we were
What up,
just there.
Patrick Mahomes? You're listening now. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming to the shows.
Yeah.
He was there and he enjoyed them and he said we were the greatest everything we've ever seen.
Yep.
Greatest ever.
Greatest comedians. He thought we were great jugglers. We juggled for him.
Greatest sex people.
Sex people. Yep. We are great sex people.
He enjoyed everything we did.
Yep.
And thank you for listening, buddy. Kansas City, thanks for being a part of this now. We have not honestly gone there yet because that's not how Spoil the Beans works. Get on the motherfucking board, nigga. We ain't there yet. You know how it works. We shoot before. Anyway, Hassan, we got dates, bro.
We got dates.
We got
dates. We have a couple important dates to plug. Hey, if you're in LA and you're an LA beaner, Tonight, I'm hosting potluck, so come on through. And
Congrats, buddy. That's a big deal. Comedy Store.
Watch me host potluck.
Comedy Store in Hollywood, bro.
Comedy
Big
Store
deal.
in Hollywood.
David Letterman used to do that.
Yep, 7 to 10.
Yes, sir. Son of mine. That's what's up, buddy. And then that is December 9th, which is right now.
Today, yes.
And December 12th, I will be with Sam Lopez, the cum shuttle, skeet shuttle bus of cum that you guys know her as, the people who are from King and the Sting. And other people know her as my girlfriend. And other people know her just as a comedian on her own. Right. She's a comedian. And she will be hosting for Adam Ray and Oxnard. I will be featuring. And Adam Ray will be headlining. Come out. That's Oxnard, December 12th.
Adam Ray, great
comedian.
Ray,
great comedian, great show. He gets it. And December 14th, we will be at the Borgata Casino in Atlantic City. Borgata, excuse me. Casino in Atlantic City with Brendan Schaub. Come on out. He will be analyzing the fights after the show. So
right, big fights.
The big fights of the night. All 3 belts of the UFC. He'll be watching and talking about it after we do the shows. Yep. That's actually pretty fucking awesome. So
pretty dope.
He used to do that shit.
Pretty dope.
And then the next week, very important week, the 19th through the 21st, we will be in San Diego at the Comedy Store La Jolla with Brendan Schaub. Yes. But hold on, Beaners. Hold on.
This is the most.
This is the moment for the Beaners.
This is the most important day.
Now, if you cannot come, Beaners, if you can't come Sunday the 22nd to watch me headline, Derek Poston is headlining the Comedy Store La Jolla. I am headlining on my own. With the Sonamod featuring, with Brian Simpson opening, with Sam Lopez also opening. Okay? We're talking about a fucking show. We're talking about a motherfucking show.
December 22nd.
Sunday, 7:30. La Jolla. Tickets are online at the ComedyStoreLaJolla.com.
$10 per ticket.
$10 per ticket.
Affordable.
But I'm talking to the Beaners right now. Mm-hmm. If you cannot come on Sunday, come Friday through Saturday, please. Okay? Come watch us. Come watch me and Hassan do comedy. Come say what's up. We understand people are busy.
Right.
People have kids. People do everything. But I am talking to all the San Diego Beaners right now. Nigga, this is the most important show to me I've ever had. I'm really excited just because it's the Comedy Store La Jolla. We're talking about an A-level club, one of the most historic comedy clubs in the world, and I'm fucking headlining that bitch for real.
The 22nd of December, again, La Jolla.
7:30. Thank you, Hassan.
Yes.
I'm your boy's headliner, bro. It's a big deal to me.
San Diego Beaners.
It's a big deal.
OC Beaners. Come on out.
California Beaners, bro. If you
can make it.
Our nigga Lionel's flying out. Our nigga Lionel Williams. Shout out to Top Beaner. That's Top Beaner.
That might
just
be
a shout out, bro. My boy Lionel Williams is flying out to come watch your boy headline because he wants to see some stand up. And you know why he's flying? Not just like, he loves the podcast and all that shit because he's a dope dude, but he's also coming because he's about to get some fire ass stand up, nigga. We coming with a show.
Unbelievably good.
We coming with a show, nigga. That's what we do. Mm-hmm. The podcast. I'm glad you like the podcast and all that shit, but bro, your boy, I do stand-up, nigga. Now, you might see me bomb, but you're going to see me bomb in fucking flaring fashion, I promise you. It'll be flares of flashing if you see any of us bomb. Mm-hmm. But if not, you're going to see a great show, which is what you're really going to see. You're going to see a great fucking show. Hassan is one of the greatest comics that I know. Brian Simpson, the guy opening, is, I think, personally, the best comic alive. I'm not kidding. That's not me plugging my friend. I think Brian Simpson is the greatest comedian alive. So come on out. Watch some good-ass comedy.
We get it done.
Sam Lopez is going to get that shit going right.
December 22nd, La Jolla.
December 22nd, La Jolla, 7:30 p.m. Tickets are online, ComedyStoreLaJolla.com. Please support. Just support the Beaners, man. Support the Beaners. We'll have some shirts, maybe. Ooh, are we going to have shirts to sell?
Maybe not. Don't get too excited.
But I'm pretty sure we are. We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
But we might. Shout out to our boy Brian Johnson who does the artwork. Also, shout out Brian Johnson, the guy who's been doing our artwork lately.
Yeah.
We haven't shouted him out yet, but 100th episode in, we need to talk about the people doing this podcast. Gabe, our producer, the man behind the camera.
Been with us since episode 5.
Been with us since episode 5.
Since episode 4. That was the first episode we gave.
Damn, and we love that dude. He fucking gets it. He literally gets it, and he takes care of us, and he sets us up. And he's the reason you guys get to see all this. So shout out to Gabe. You're the fucking greatest. And shout out to Brian Johnson, our old artist.
Jeremy Cox.
Shout out to him. He did all the old artwork. But now our new artwork is all done by Brian Johnston. And shout out to him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So shout out to Brian Johnston.
And
you see all those dope posters?
That's him.
Give him some love. Follow him on Instagram. Brian Johnson Studio.
Everybody also from King and the Sting, bro. If you're a listener from King and the Sting and you came because you saw the motherfucking laptop, you saw the motherfucking design, you saw the goofy shit, and you came because of this right here, then please... Thank you. Just know we love you, man. That's so cool that you came because you saw a goddamn sticker. You're a crazy person. And we love you. We fucking love you. Episode 100. Wow, we did all the fucking work. And get my phone out of my face. I don't even want to see it anymore. I'm excited for some goddamn spoiled beans, nigga.
Episode 100.
You ready for a movie, bro?
Yes.
You ready for a goddamn movie?
Yes.
Now, I heard you were making guesses.
Me and the neighbors over there, John and I think Jeff.
Jake Bond.
Jake. John and Jake. I knew it was. Sorry, Jake. Forgot your name. Total
Love you,
asshole.
buddy.
But we smoked that joint together, and it was awesome. So the three of us came with a prediction on what the 100 episodes were gonna be.
All right, I'm going to tell you the episode.
Okay.
Well, shit. Actually, you know what? Real quick. Before I tell you the episode,
Right.
can you tell me what you think happens in the 100th motherfucking episode of Spoil the Beans or something? The motion picture. Jumanji.
Ooh.
Jumanji.
Damn.
Tell me your guesses.
Okay.
What'd you think, bro?
My guess was Saving Private Ryan.
Nigga, you don't know when I'm gonna give you that classic, bro. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I'll give it to you when I decide.
Jake's guess?
What was Jake's guess? Jake, you motherfucker, what'd you guess?
Field of Dreams.
Wrong, nigga. How about that, Jake? Wrong, motherfucker. Guess what? I don't even know if I've seen that movie.
You've definitely seen it.
Okay, I've seen it.
Yeah, plenty of times, for sure.
Right. Pretty sure. Yeah, thank you.
You've never told me that.
But I'm never sure.
I'm 100% that's one of the movies you've watched a bunch of times.
Baseball movies run together. It's a lot of them.
And then John,
What'd you say, nigga?
Radio.
Hey, retard movies come when I say, John. That's when we do retarded shit. Right now, we're doing Robin Williams shit, okay? Because you already know who's in this.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
don't have to die.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
Who the fuck? You ain't gonna say it's The Rock, nigga, because then I'd be
Yeah.
like, well, you're an idiot.
Well, I've seen the Rock one, so
I know
wouldn't
you've seen
see
the
that
Rock one,
one.
but you
I
haven't seen the
enjoyed
new
that
Rock one,
I haven't seen
and that's why we're doing this one because it drops right now. Guys, go see Jumanji this week.
This
This
is-
is also a plug for
Yeah,
Jumanji.
yeah.
Your boy sometimes times shit out, and this one actually lifetimed out. Jumanji drops this week. Go see that, the new Jumanji with Kevin Hart. He's still alive, thank God. We love you, buddy. And Jumanji, go see it. But right now, Hassan, tell me what you think happens in the original Jumanji.
Okay. So,
100 episode, bro. I had to come hard.
yeah, it's
I had to come Robin Williams with your ass. Bro.
okay. So it's you know, I know Kirsten Dunst is in this.
Ooh,
And
big boy shit.
Her brother. It's her and her brother, little brother.
What happened?
And they move into a new house. And they find, you know, a boardroom in
A
the
boardroom in the
Boardroom,
house?
yeah.
Jesus
And it's a meeting. And
Christ. It's not a board game.
no, they find, you know, she's cleaning the house.
They find a board game.
They find a board game.
Okay.
And she's like, hey, little brother, come here.
Okay,
Let's
I love
check
that.
this
I love
out."
Kirsten Dunst's acting.
Yeah. Hey, bro, let's do this. You know, Kirsten Dunst. And, you know, they play and, then, you know, they read like some sort of card and it's a magic card and it takes him into the board game.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, and they're like, wow, what's going on? This is crazy. You know?
Yeah.
And then it's just them, fuck. I don't know. They're just trying to figure out a way how to get out. And, you know, maybe Kirsten Dunst read something like, oh, we got to find the thing.
Uh-huh.
We got to, you know, the thing? There's always the thing you got to find.
Yeah.
The thing. They got to go find the thing. And on the way to finding the thing, they meet this crazy old guy. And it's Robin Williams.
Oh, our boy comes in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's because this is one of the biggest. This movie is a box office.
Right. It's one of those movies everyone's seen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then, you know.
Well, this is also one of his big. This is one of his big boys.
Oh, this is the. Oh yeah, this is what.
This is one of his big boys. 95.
95. This is prime big boy Robin Williams time. too.
Oh yeah.
This is Robin Williams' time.
Yeah, where he was making classics and box
yeah.
office smashes.
Yeah,
Where they were
and-
like both.
Yeah, and you're not too far off from the Good Will Hunting. You're not too far.
Oh.
From that was then still a 90s movie. Right?
98.
98.
Yeah,
so
we're talking. This is like right before Aladdin or right after Aladdin. So he is in prime.
This is prime.
Box office hit and critical acclaim hit.
Yeah. Insane. You know, and he plays this guy who's been in the thing
In the
for
game.
a while. In the game for a while.
Yes.
And then you know, it's just hijinks, cool, big animals and stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah. Big animals and stuff. And then you know, they find the thing and they get out and they find out that you know, Robin Williams was a missing boy that's been missing for
Oh my
forever. He's
God.
just been stuck in the video game and he comes back out.
And his parents have to deal with that.
Oh yeah. You know what? Every kids movie, someone is going through some weird psychological trauma.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So this is the movie where his parents are going through.
Yeah, like who is this person? What? Yeah.
Who is this grown man coming back to us?
Yeah. You know, and maybe some of the game spills over to the real world too, so they have to like navigate that.
Ooh, they gotta fix that.
They gotta fix
one's in the real world, one's not, right?
Yeah.
In your movie.
What?
Did both kids get sucked in? Or
Both
just
kids
one?
get sucked in.
I thought just one kid got sucked in.
No, both kids get sucked in, but on the way out, some of it follows them, and they have to really, and then they get the
They
thing.
navigate through that.
Yeah, navigate through that.
And they beat that.
Yeah.
And then Robin Williams gets to go meet his parents again.
Yeah.
And they have a mental breakdown.
They have to deal with like a lot of shit.
And that's Jumanji, huh? The 1995 classic.
Or maybe he goes back to his time. Maybe that's the game is like that.
Well, I liked your movie was cooler.
Yeah.
Your movie his parents had to deal with some fucking trauma.
Yeah, like, oh my God, he's back as a 35-year-old.
Woo! And he told us he was in a board game. We're like, we thought someone fucked you to death.
You know, this is sort of like that big situation where no matter what he says, his parents definitely think he got fucked. You know?
Oh, yeah. He's telling him he was in a board game for 30 years. They're going to be like, nah, dog, you were getting fucked in the ass. You were a gimp for 30 years.
Yeah,
you told yourself you were in a jungle.
You were in a jungle, but really it was just a dark basement. You had a ball gag on. You know?
Ooh, and then one day Bruce Willis set you free.
Oh, yo, for sure though, Jumanji is somebody's safe word.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when somebody's been spanked in the ass way too much.
Yeah, like, oh, Jumanji. Like, all right, it's time to stop.
Hold up, bro. Can I ask you something else?
Yeah.
You ready for episode 100, fool?
I'm ready for episode 100.
You ready for a dope-ass movie?
This is one of those movies that is so big.
This movie's awesome.
And I know everyone's seen it. And usually with movies like on this caliber, this level, I know things about it, and I know nothing about this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a Robin Williams one.
I know. Like,
and you know Robin Williams stuff, usually. You've seen a lot of Robin Williams.
Yeah. Like you know, like most of these big movies that I do when I come up with a guess, I can usually pick out things from the movie and build my guess.
I can tell you said nothing. I was like, why? He did. Also, your guess, 1,000% wrong.
Yeah.
You were all the way wrong.
Yeah.
I usually tell you that, but I'm so excited about them. So, oh, my nigga, you guessed nothing right.
Dude, I know nothing. I literally know nothing about this movie. This is on par with like hardball for me in terms of
no, you know because you know who's in it and you know the structure.
Okay, I know who's you
know who's in it. You had the blueprint of that. You had the walls.
Well,
bro.
I know that.
But like every room was like, what, nigga? No, that's not. What you know? It's like, it's like this is a completely different thing.
Yeah, so I have literally no idea what this movie is.
But this movie, bro, I'm telling you, hour 44 minutes.
Okay.
Tight.
Okay.
Right.
Comedy, pure comedy.
Pure comedy and action.
Comedy and action. Ooh.
And adventure, obviously.
Okay.
And adventure because it's bro. The whole time I watched the movie, it went by in 5 minutes. This movie still goes by in 5 minutes. It is a start to finish. There is no fat. It is a fucking joy. It's an adventure. You're on a ride. You're on a ride with Robin Williams. You ready?
I'm ready. I want to know what the fuck happens in this movie.
We start with scary, ominous music.
Yeah. Turn up. Turn up. Turn up.
Green smoke. Spells. Jumanji.
Okay. Start with the title.
You know, baby, this is we're going classic shit. We're going classic 90s stuff. You're right. Normally, this would be a theme song for 37 minutes of the movie.
For those of you, I mean, you beaners know, but for you new beaners who don't know, every 90s song, every 90s movie usually starts with 5 minutes of opening credits.
Of a song that is always the same.
Yeah.
It's the name of a city.
Yeah.
And they sing about it for way too long.
Yes, so long.
The streets of Chicago.
Yeah.
1869.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, nigga, you ain't ready for this movie.
Whoa.
You ain't ready for this movie, nigga.
Whoa.
You thought you knew something.
Oh, no, I didn't know anything.
You thought you knew something.
I didn't know anything. I didn't know we could go start in 1869.
You see a brother and a younger brother, older brother, younger brbrother. They're running. They're on their horses and shit. And they're getting rid of a box. It's like a chest. And they're all scared. They're burying it. They're burying it, right? And the little brother falls in the hole. And you hear dum, 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 dum. He's like, he's screaming, help, help. And he gets him. He's like, running. He grabs, he's like, no, we have to bury it. We have to get rid of this. And the little brother goes, but what if someone digs it up? May God have mercy on their soul. Oh, God. Dun, 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 dun. Camera pans in, bro. I was like, man, this movie's awesome.
What the fuck?
Camera pans in, right, on where they buried it. And you just hear those drums. Dun, 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 dun. And they finally fade away. 1969.
Damn.
You ain't ready for this,
Damn.
bro.
All right, so this is probably Robin Williams' guy.
1969.
1969.
Branford, New Hampshire.
Okay.
Okay? It's a beautiful city. They're in a town. It's a beautiful town. This town is beautiful. It's clearly on the up and up. Everything looks beautiful and great. Okay? And we see a teenage boy. He's riding. His name's Alan through the town. And everybody goes, "What's up, Alan?" Everybody knows him. "Alan, good to see you." And he's riding his bike. And he's all happy. Then we see some bad boys following, like a group of bad boys. Like you've seen Forrest Gump.
Right.
Remember when where like
Right.
he's riding, everybody likes him, he's walking through, and then the bad boy, they like, "What's up?" And they throw a rock at him and they start chasing him.
Okay.
Very much like that. So, he's riding through, everybody loves him, and then he sees it, and then they start full on chasing. He's riding his bike like, huh, and it immediately gets dark. And they're like, "Come on, Parrish, where you going, boy?" And they're chasing him. It's like 8 of them niggas. Okay. Just him. And he's riding for his life, bro. He's scared as fuck.
Yeah, that's bad odds.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Yo, you're very not good.
Yeah.
All right. So they go, "Oh, where you going for your daddy?" And then he comes up on a building. It says Parrish Shoe Company. All right, he's Alan Parrish.
Okay.
Okay. And he finally gets inside, and the boys, they stop, and he's like, he's standing in the door because now it's this huge factory, so it's a bunch of people, and they go, "Hey, Alan," he's like, and then they're like, the kids outside like, "Yeah, run to your daddy, we'll still be waiting," and they walk off. They get on their bikes, they ride off.
Right.
So inside, everyone's at work. They're all making shoes. Okay, it's big shoe factory, gigantic. Okay, for 69, they'll be like, "Oh, this nigga's doing very well."
Wow.
All right. Everyone's at work. We see a young David Allen Greer.
Wow.
Right? What a reference.
Yeah, what a guy.
That's a guy we know. That's a guy we've done shows with.
Yeah, what a guy.
Fucking hilarious, dude. Great career.
Yeah, comedy legend.
And he's in this.
Okay. He's like in this.
Oh, no. He's the main character in this.
Oh.
He's in this.
Okay.
Great career, bro.
How old is he?
In this?
Yeah. Because
I would say he's in his late 30s, maybe 40s.
late 30s. Okay.
He's already been doing shit.
I'm trying to gauge how young we're looking.
But I'm sure. I bet at this time this was a gigantic
thing for him, right?
Because he's like, "Whoa, I'm in a hit Robin Williams movie in the mid-90s." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, damn. So he's making shoes, and they show everybody making shoes, and he shows Alan these shoes that he's making on the side. All right. And they look like Jordans. They look like a pair of Jordans, but there's not Jordans yet.
Right.
So they look like, like he would have invented Jordans.
Okay.
Okay, you see what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
And they're like, "Whoa." And he's telling them like, "Oh man, I've been in talks, and if I can get Wilt Chamberlain to wear them."
Oh wow.
Like he's already planning like,
right.
The Jordan story. You know,
Right.
and he's like, "If I get Wilt Chamberlain to wear them, then everyone's gonna wear them. I'm telling you, everyone in the world will wear them if Wilt Chamberlain's wearing them," which makes sense. It's a good plan at that time.
Yeah.
You're getting Wilt Chamberlain wearing shoes at that time. Everyone's gonna wear whatever Wilt Chamberlain's wearing.
Chamberlain 5s or whatever.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
So, he's showing him the shoes and he's liking them. And he looks out the window and he sets the shoes down on a thing. Just like, he's not paying, he just sets them down. And he's looking out the window with David Allen Greer, and all the bullies are outside still riding on their bicycles and they're waiting for him. All right. And he's like, he gets all nervous. And then his dad walks up. And his dad is the Titanic ship owner.
That guy.
Remember that nigga who owned the ship?
Yeah, the guy who stared at the painting as it went down?
Yep. No.
That's the builder.
That's the nigga who built it. We talking about the nigga who got away on the motherfucking thing.
Oh yeah.
He was the guy who convinced him to go faster so they can make the morning headlines. That nigga.
That guy. The bad guy.
He's his dad.
Okay.
Okay, and he's all suited and booted in this, and he's clearly a millionaire, And then his dad walks up, and his dad's mad that he's there. "What are you doing here?" Whoop, whoop. He's like, "I heard you were running from bullies. That's what they told me when you ran in." He's like, "You need to face your bully out front." He's like, "You got to be." He's just getting on him. "You got to be a man." Whoop, whoop. And the son can't say anything.
Right.
Right. And he's like, and then right then he's like, "Now get out of here. You know you shouldn't be here." And then the son's like, and he just leaves. And then he looks at Carl and he goes, "Oh, Carl, you wanted to show me something, right?" And Carl's like, "Oh yeah, I got this great idea." And this is David Allen Greer, and he turns, and the shoe's going through the conveyor belt, and like the conveyor belt is now smoking and like catching on fire, and everybody's like, "Whoa!" And then they pull it out, and it's like a melted Jordan, like all burnt, right? And he's like, and then of course Alan's like, the Parrish guy's like, "Who did this? Who did this?" Right? And then the young kid Alan is watching, and he goes, and he just runs away because he knows he did, and he runs away. And then David Allen Greer looks, and he's like, "It was me." And then Mr. Parrish is like, scene ends. Mr. Parrish is mad, all right? So as Alan leaves, he goes to leave, bro. He's like, he looks around, nobody's outside. He's like, he gets on his bike, he starts to ride, and then right then all the bullets come out. And they're like, "Yo, what's up, Parrish? just because just because you're, and he's like, what's up, guys? And they go, one of the kids like, just because you're a parish doesn't mean you can hang with my girl.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, and they go, get him. And bro, they beat this nigga's ass.
Damn.
All 8 of them. They beat his ass right in front of his dad's factory, fool.
Damn.
I'm gonna say this. I'm mad as fucking my dad. I'm like, bro, 8 kids beat my ass in front of you.
Yeah.
Fuck, what the fuck's wrong with you, bro?
Well, yes.
Do you love me? Like, I said 8 kids. I ain't say 2, 1.
Yeah, running
8.
from bullies. You knew there were multiple.
You knew. You weren't paying, like, what? You just not paying attention?
This is kind of an absent father.
Bro, I'm so mad. Also, bro, to get your ass beaten for a minute, bro.
Right.
He gets his ass beaten. No one comes. No one helps him.
Oh God, not even the other adults at the place.
No one's watching nothing.
No, yeah. Well, yeah. The conveyor belt just caught on fire or whatever.
So they're dealing with that.
This guy's getting fucking American History X'd over on the.
But that shit was suck, bro. Getting your ass beat in front of your dad's company though, like not like a huge. It's a fat. When you see this shit, you be like, damn, bro. Nobody can damn.
Yeah, there's no security. There's no
nothing, bro. Somebody, I got my ass. He got like bloody nose, black eye, bruised face, all that. He's fucked up. It's 90, so they make it look like
he
got his ass beat.
He's getting it.
So they all ride off and they steal his bike. One of the dudes steals his bike.
Goddamn, it's a bad day.
Oh, dude.
It's a bad day.
He just gets up and he's like, jerks! He's all bloody.
Good one.
And then he hears. He looks around and he looks across the street and it's men doing construction on a building across the street. They hear the horn. They all go on. They all start walking away. The men are going to their lunch. Mm-hmm. And he's like waiting and he kind of walks in. And then he walks up to a wall that would have been like a underground basement area, right. And it's like a mud wall, and he fucking starts picking at it, and then he sees a chest, and he's like, and he pulls the chest out the mud, and he fucking cracks it open, and it's all sand inside. And he's like, but he kind of moves the sand, you see the edges of a box. He's like, pulls the box out, Jumanji. Takes off home. Okay? He lives in a nice-ass mansion, nigga. I mean, this nigga live in a mansion, bro. This shit like damn big. This shit bigger than your house. This is a big ass house.
Yeah,
bro. This is a mansion, bro. He opens the box. It's bigger than a shop house, nigga. You know what I'm saying? This is you see, like, oh damn, they were balling.
This kid was feeling it.
Yeah, they were balling. Well, the dad was feeling it.
Yeah, that's true.
So he goes home. He opens the box, and it's a board game inside. And he's like, whoa, he goes, neat. But the music is still real dark and scary the whole time. Music has not been happy, okay?
Right.
So he's looking at the pieces, right, for the board game. And they're like little elephants and like a deer. And then they just immediately go right to their spots out of his hand. And he goes, whoa, must be magnetized or something. You know what I mean?
Immediately, for sure, close the board game. Immediately.
Oh, the one you hear drums from a mile away?
Look, I almost.
How you feeling, buddy?
I almost get getting past the drums.
Okay.
I almost get that.
A little bit, because the drums are loud, but when you hear me, like, bro, that would be like, what the fuck? And I would have to ask other people, y'all heard that? The drums.
Right.
Hear them across the street.
Fair. But let's say, for whatever reason, you're like, sure, there's drums playing.
In my ears.
And I'm going to just go with this.
Okay.
Right? The second you open the game, and the pieces magically move.
Out of your hand. Go right to their spots on the board.
That, combined with the drums, I think is like, oh, well, this is bad. Whatever's happening here is not good.
He doesn't notice the pieces going to the board immediately, because right then his mom comes home and goes, Alan, and as he turns, it happens. And he drops the game, but the game folds up and just falls under the table.
Okay.
And then he goes he doesn't notice it.
Okay.
All
right. You got away with this one, you stupid ass fucking kid. But yeah, the drum thing should have been like, yo, I need to find someone else.
So his parents call him in, and his dad is practicing a speech, right? This is while his son, this is a little bit later, his son's eating dinner alone, and his dad's practicing a speech. And his dad comes up to him and he starts apologizing for what happened. He goes, I hear about what happened. You got jumped by 8 boys. Your mom told me.
Well, thank God you waited until the next day.
This is that night.
Oh, this is that night. Okay.
He goes, I'm sorry. I didn't say anything. I didn't know there were 8. I thought you were just standing up to one bully, but they outnumbered you. He's being sincere. It's not like he's sincerely apologizing. Okay.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I didn't know. And then he goes, but we have a gift for you. We decided you're ready. You're old enough. You're mature enough. We're sending you to the Cliffside School for Boys. And he looks at him. He goes, I'm not living here anymore. And then he tells them how it's a family tradition. Like they literally own one of the dorms at this prep school, high school. You know what I mean? And like it's everyone in their family since their great grandfather's gone there. There's statues of their family outside of this school.
Weird way to package that.
Weird way to package it
as a gift.
And the mom's sitting there like, oh, he's gonna love this.
Yo, I might have said this on the podcast before, but between 2nd and 3rd grade, my parents switched schools. Like. They switched the school I was in. We didn't move or nothing. They just switched the school.
Yeah.
And they didn't tell me.
Have you ever asked?
Until one day, they're like, oh yeah, you're going to this school. And then I was like, oh, well, I guess my first day of school is tomorrow. And yeah, I just went to a new school. Because it started earlier than my previous school, too, as well. So it's like the new school started like 2 weeks earlier than the school.
Have you ever asked them since you've been an adult? Why? There's a reason.
Yeah, oh yeah, because it was like the better school.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was like the more prestigious elementary school.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know about how that works.
Yeah.
I went to an optional elementary school.
Yeah, it was more
like better.
But they never told me, so I just was in a different school. But the way they sold it was like, isn't that great? And I was like, no, that's awful.
I like the other place.
Yeah, I have friends. Yeah.
So yeah, life's hard.
Yeah. But it is funny that my parents, like the way they packaged it was like they were giving me this great gift.
Thing.
Yeah.
So,
like I cared about school rankings at 7.
Well, you should. That's why you're a dumb fucking comic now.
Well.
So, he tells his family how how you've always gone to the school, all the statues and shit.
Right.
And he goes, man. He's like, the kid goes, great. Kids already give me enough shit for being a parish in this town. And then, and then he goes, he goes, maybe the kid's like, maybe I don't want to be a parish. And he's like, well, you're not a parish. He's like, because you're not even acting like it. The dad starts getting mad. You need to act like one. He's like, and you're leaving Sunday. And he goes, I'm never talking to you guys again. And the parents leave, right?
Okay.
The mom's like trying to stop everything. And the dad's like, come on, we're leaving, right?
Yeah.
So he starts immediately packs his bag to run away. Packs up his suitcase. He goes to run away. He grabs the board game. He leaves out the door. Right when he goes to grab the door, somebody goes, doo, 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 doo. He's like, what the fuck? He opens it. It's a beautiful girl. It's a really beautiful young girl. And she goes, I brought your bike back. I'm sorry about Billy. It's the girl you was hanging with, remember?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh, what's up, Sarah? And then he goes, he's like, I would want to talk right now, but I got to go. She's like, why? He's like, I got to go. And then you hear, doom, 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 doom. And then he stops. And then she goes, what's that? And he goes, you hear that? And she goes, yeah, I heard that. And he goes, come with me. And he takes her back inside the house, right? And they open up the game. He goes, I found this weird game. And he shows her the pieces that are stuck on the board now. He's like, I can't move them, right? And he reads the rules on the side. A game for those who seek to find a game for those who seek to find a world to leave their world behind. Okay? And then he looks at her and he goes, you want to play? And then he rolls the dice. And right when he rolls the dice, the pieces move immediately.
Okay.
And then he reads a poem. It comes up on the little bubble in the thing.
Oh, yeah, there's a bubble. I know that.
You remember that from there's a little bubble. That's very famous, yeah.
Well, there used to be
There's green smoke with the words.
There was a Jumanji TV show, animated TV show.
It was.
Yeah, and there was a bubble on that. I remember that. I watched the animated TV show.
It was, man, what a franchise. They've had board games, TV shows, video games.
Yeah, reboots with Kevin Hart and The Rock.
And The Rock.
Yeah.
On their second reboot. Clearly probably going to do a third. So he reads the poem and it says the thing about winged creatures, and like there's going to be these winged creatures, right? And he's like, what the fuck? And then they hear a bunch of squeaks in the chimney. And then he's like, they ignore it. And he rolls again, right? And he didn't mean to. Like he grabs the dice because the thing scare, and he rolls again on accident because he just drops it. And then he's like, oh no! And then his piece moves back, and he's like, what? And she's like, the game. You think I rolled? And he's like, really? And then right then it goes, in the jungle you must wait until the dice roll 5 or 8. And he's like, what the hell does that mean? And then the girl looks at him and she goes, ah! And this nigga starts fading into the game. No, no! And he's screaming, help, help! And she's like, ah, ah, ah! And then right then the bats come out and they start attacking her as he just goes, he sucks into the game. And then the bats chase her down the street. And then the doors just, they close. And then the doors rot. 26 years later. It's a movie, fool. It's a movie. This is like an actual good-ass movie. Somebody wrote this. Somebody took the time to sit and write this.
Fuck. He's been in that game for 26 years.
They set it up very well.
Yeah.
So a lady comes in, right? She's selling the house.
And it's like an old beat-down house.
Old beat-down house. Man.
Yeah.
26 years later. The house is beat down as fuck.
Yeah.
And the lady's coming in and she's yelling.
You know, when a child goes missing in a house, it's hard to sell.
Oh, very hard.
Yeah. Unless it's like a famous child. I bet you people fucking, if the John Benet Ramsey house ever went on sale, like the amount of people that would try to buy that shit.
Yeah, people, because they would have to turn it into a museum. Like certain shit is so famous, people would just turn it into something.
Right? That has it, right? Or some weird private collectors.
But when you're just like a, this
you're just like a guy.
A famous guy. Rich. I mean, you're a millionaire.
But yeah, he just disappeared and there wasn't, you know what I mean? It's not enough.
And there's a girl that said he went into a game.
Yeah. It's weird. That's weird. That's not going to be like John Benet Ramsey big, you know?
No, that's just going to be
the elements aren't
sad town news.
Yeah. Yeah, and that house will rot.
Yep.
That's how property value works.
So a lady is yelling.
If you die in your house, make sure it's a media fucking shit show.
The more you know, Beaners.
Mm-hmm.
The more you know. Mm-hmm. So a lady is yelling for Judy and Peter to come in and look at this house, right? This is in the future. And she's like, oh my gosh, she's walking around, she's loving it. And you find out she's like, and she's telling the realtor, I'm the aunt to these 2 kids. My brother, he just passed away. He passed away last year, and and I'm taking care of his kids now. Him and his wife, they passed away on a trip in Canada. Whoop whoop. One of the kids come in, Kirsten Dunst.
Hey,
Small Soldiers era, Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah, a little bit younger.
A little bit younger, but
Right.
that era time. Mm-hmm. And the other boy's just a little quiet boy. You wouldn't recognize him, just a little quiet boy.
A lot of supernatural things happen to Kirsten Dunst.
She is a part of some shit, bro.
Yeah.
She is a part of some shit.
Superhero, Jumanji, and Small Soldiers.
Wimbledon.
yeah. That's where the tennis rackets come to life, right?
So the little boy, he heads upstairs, right, to this library area, and he's looking around. There's weird statues everywhere. These old statues from their famous family.
Right.
And the aunt comes in, and she can't open a certain door, but she notices there's like a bike in that room.
Right.
She's like, oh, interesting. So Peter, he goes to the attic, the little boy, and he puts his suitcase away, and he hears, and he goes upstairs and he's looking around and he goes, ah! You see him run out. You don't see what he sees. And then his sister they all come check it out. Bats.
Damn, they're still around there.
Still around.
Yeah.
So an exterminator comes the next day. And Peter points at the bat that he saw, and it's like an African bat from this crazy jungle. And they're like, of course, this can't be it. Yeah. He's like, that's what I saw. And the guy laughs. He's like, oh, that's so funny. He's like, people in the town 26 years ago said they saw those bats around here. Always crazy.
Maybe there's something going on there.
The moment he said 26 years ago thing is like, yeah, bro. You remember how the girl said the thing about the bats? People said they saw those bats.
And then the kid disappeared.
And then 26 years later, in the same house, another kid is like, I saw that bat.
Yeah. I'm like, something is up.
These bats are murdering children.
Yeah. You know what's funny? You would still have to be insane to then go from, there must be a magical board game around.
You're thinking that these bats, you're like, something's going on, but these bats have something to do with it. Right. That's all you know.
Right. The furthest you get are like, are they vampires? That's the furthest you should logically get.
You're right. You can get about there.
Yeah, and even then, you'd have to be like, nah, I'm not fucking vampires. The fuck?
Yeah. So, they're talking about the house, and then the guy goes, well, I wouldn't want to live in this house anyway, the exterminator. And then they go, why? And he's like, a boy was murdered here. And they go, oh. And he goes, Alan perished. And he tells them, he's like, I think the father did it. They think the father chopped him with a million pieces, and that's why he moved away. And like all, the fairy, legend. Right. And they're like, that's the legend of the town,
Right.
And they're like, the kids are all scared. So the kids go to school the next day, and there's a montage of the aunt cleaning the house, and now it's a regular house. It's a beautiful, new furniture. She gets it all set up. It's all nice. She used all the money from her brother's death.
Yes,
So
classic.
It happens.
Yeah.
It literally happens.
It happens.
Because
At least he's using it to house, his
and do well,
kids.
in a small town. She's not like she didn't buy a mansion in L.A.
Yeah, or
nigga.
she's not blowing it all in Vegas.
Yeah, she bought a nice house in New
You
Hampshire.
could have more sisters.
Oh yeah, nice house in New Hampshire. Yeah, nice house in New Hampshire. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
So
Nothing wrong with that.
at night,
New Jersey.
Judy hears.
Right?
She gets up. She goes into her brother's room. Right, he's looking at a picture of the parents, and she gets all sad. And he goes, "You miss mom and dad?" It's the first time he speaks, and then she's like, "No." He goes, "You liar!" Right? She's trying to be all tough,
Right.
And then right then he calls her a liar, and then they both kind of get sad and they hug, and then they hear, and they both fall asleep, right? So the next day before school, they're about to leave, and they hear, and then they're like, "What the fuck?" And then the aunt's like, she's like, "Hey, I gotta go. I gotta head in early. The bus is coming in 10 minutes. Don't be late. It's right. It'll pick you up right outside the house.
Right.
See you guys. Have a good day at school. Love you guys." She leaves. Right then they hear, they immediately run upstairs. They're like, "What the fuck is going on? We got to check this out."
It's crazy that our aunt didn't hear that.
Bro, they get upstairs and it's so loud. When they get up to the bed, it's like, and then it starts like, and they go and they find the game. Jumanji. And they open it up, and the pieces are exactly where they're still left. All right? And they're looking at it, they're checking it out, and then the girl reads the same rules in the beginning that he read.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh." And then they look at the board, and then the little brother is holding up the other two board pieces of the game. Like there's other two animals, like a tiger and like a bear or something. And then they go right out of his hand, right to the game. And he's like, "Cool.
What?
Must be
That's the
magnetized or something." He says the same
Oh,
thing.
You dumb white kid. This is the most white people situation I've ever heard in my
That's
life.
everybody in
Bro.
this bitch is white, baby.
This is so fucking white.
And David Allen Greer.
Yeah,
So he hands her the dice, and he goes, "You go
Right.
first." Because he's a little kid, he's nervous. He's like, "You go first." And she's
Yeah.
like, "Okay." She rolls a 6. The piece moves. She's like, "Oh." They go to read the thing. A tiny bite can make you itch, even sneeze and twitch. And then they hear zzz, huge bugs, these huge fucking wasp-looking mosquito things are flying in the room all of a sudden. And then she's using a tennis racket, and she's hitting them away. She's fighting them off.
Oh, is this Wimbledon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's fighting. That's when they saw. They were like, "Oh, we can use her."
Yeah.
When she gets old enough to play, Serena Williams or whoever she plays.
She got a good backhand.
Yeah. And she does. She backhands one out of window, and then all the other ones fly out the window. They take off.
Okay.
And they're like, "What the fuck?"
Right.
The boy has the dice. He rolls.
Right.
He's like, "What the fuck?"
That very white decision to roll after that.
He rolls a 2. Mm-hmm. This will not be an easy mission. Monkeys slow the expedition. They're like, "What the fuck?" They hear that, and they're like, "What?" They run downstairs. In the kitchen, monkeys are, as you can imagine, losing their goddamn minds.
Yeah, you know what? They didn't
Like 50 of them.
They didn't seem like they'd be calm monkeys.
These monkeys are going crazy. They're throwing knives, nigga. They're fucking setting the fucking burners off. They're going crazy.
Right, they're having a good time.
Great time, monkey time.
Yeah.
Rolling dice, drinking Kool-Aid.
Okay, well.
What? Monkeys.
Stop saying what I'm feeling.
Oh, he's the bad guy, not me. He was the bad guy. It wasn't me being hers, it was him.
No, what? He said it. I just was thinking it.
So they run back upstairs, and then she reads the other side rules of the board game that she didn't read. There's another little pair of rules.
Oh, wow, okay.
And it says how all the things from the game don't finish until you finish the game.
Okay.
So she's like, "Oh my God."
Now.
She looks at her brother. She's like, "Yo, let's just finish this. This house is, our aunt's going to come home. We got to just finish the game."
Right.
The little boy rolls a 5.
Oh, and here comes Robin Williams.
You remember? Nice little callback. I like the writing in that because it's very subtle. He rolls 5 and it just zooms in on the 5, but they don't say anything. He's like, his piece moves. Mm-hmm. His fangs are sharp, like your taste. Party better move, post haste. He's like, "What?" And then right then they hear a piano keys, doom, 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 and you see a tail hit the keys. And they're like, "What was that?" And then you see big ass paws, boom, hit the keys. And they're like, "What the fuck?" And they back up, and then out of the shadows, a fucking lion appears, bro. And they're like, And they're all scared. And then she goes, don't worry, it's not real, Peter. And then the lion roars. And she's like, run! And they start running and they chase her after him. And then right then the lion comes down and he cuts them off. And the lion goes, and he's about to bite him. And then a fucking guy drops out of nowhere. Camera pans up.
It's our boy,
Robin Williams.
Hell yeah.
Door guy at the Comedy Store.
Bow, bow, bow,
Bow, bow, bow, bow, bow.
bow.
How cool is that, bro? The job we worked, he worked.
Awesome. And he get to fight a lion because of it.
In a badass way.
Yeah.
And you get to go see the movie, get to see people enjoy your movie and be like, damn, these shots are cool as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, because they know Robin's in it and they're waiting and finally like, here he is. You know, it's like, oh, I can't imagine what's seeing this movie in the theater. It's just like,
my God, especially if you were Robin Williams.
Jesus, watching people enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then you go kill yourself.
Yeah, and you know,
Can't handle it.
Life is tough. You know, you get Parkinson's and you're like, oh, who am I? I'm this physical guy and I can't control my muscles anymore. And it's like, that fucks with you and you're old and you just sort of have to die in your head.
So dressed like a jungle man,
yeah,
he jumps up at the cat and he's like, ah! And the cat's like, arr! And then finally the cat jumps at him and he dodges it and he locks the big lion in a room.
Okay.
Right? And then he goes.
Good moves.
And he goes and he finds the kids and he opens up a door and they're like, ah! And then he's like, ah! He screams and he closes the door on the kids, right? And they're terrified of him. And then he starts walking around the house and he's dressed, completely in jungle garb,
Yeah, yeah.
And he kicks open his old bedroom door, the door that was locked with the bike in it.
Right.
And his room's still exactly the same. He's like, oh.
Wow, they sold the house like that? Creepy.
I'm back! And he's screaming and he's running around the house and he's looking at a picture of his room and he's looking at a picture of his old folks and stuff.
Okay.
And the kids come in and they're like, oh. And he stops and he looks at him and he's got a huge beard, right? And his long hair. And he goes, did someone roll a 5 or an 8? And the little boy raises his hand and he goes, ah! And he runs and he grabs him and he's like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And the little kid's screaming. He's like, thank you, thank you. He sets him down. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if I scared you. And he goes, I'm back. And he runs around the house. Mom, Dad, I'm home. Mom, Dad. And he runs up to the kids and he goes, are you my little sister? And then she's like, no, I'm Judy. And this is Peter. And then they go, are you Alan Parrish? He goes, yeah, who are you? And they go, we live here now. And he gets real serious. Where's Mom and Dad? And they're like, we don't know. Everyone thought you were dead. And he's like, and he takes off running out the house. Okay. And when he takes off running out the house, a cop car just happens to be driving by. And he fucking almost runs into it and he jumps on the hood. And then the cop gets out and he goes, hey, get off my hood. David Alan Grier.
Okay. He's a cop now.
I told you he's in.
Okay.
He comes back. He's a part of this.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And of course, he's like, because he would have, of course, known who his son. He was friends with his son.
Right.
You know.
Oh, it's the right person for him to run into.
And he's been around. He never left the town.
Oh, in my mind, I was like, David Alan Grier is gonna come back, and he's gonna be like the only guy who believes this.
But I like how they they wrote him into it.
Right.
And of course, now he's yelling at him because before he didn't. Like, what are you doing, man? Get off my car. And then Robin Williams is like, what year is it? And then the girl runs out. She's like, 1995. And then he goes, it's been 26 years? He's like, I've been in Jumanji. He says it to himself. And he looks up and he reads. The cop's still yelling. David Alan Grier's just, he's being a comedian. He's just going off.
Right.
And he looks at his name tag. And it's Carl Lowski or something. Like Carl Lawson or something like that.
Right.
And then he goes, Carl. Like he's looking at him. And the cops, Carl's still just, David Alan Grier's just going off, know? And then he goes, Carl Bentley. That's his name. And he starts to remember him. And then as he's remembering, he goes, Carl. And he goes, he's like, what? And he looks at him. And then Monkey's getting his cop car. Yeah. And they start shooting his shotgun and they drive off. And he's like, hey! Hey! And he starts running after that. He's like, freeze! And he's gone. Now he's off.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Great. I love how he's just, he's just in this.
Yeah.
So Alan takes off running too, and the kids go, where are you going? And he goes, to find my dad. And he's running, he takes off sprinting. Mm-hmm. They go after him. So he goes to the town. The town now is completely filthy. All homeless people everywhere, graffiti everywhere. It's just a ran downtown.
Okay.
The shoe company was keeping it alive.
Oh, okay. So this is also the story of Middle America, huh?
Oh, dude, this story, you beat me there. I literally wrote that. I was like, wow, this story was way ahead of its time.
Yeah, this story was, what, are all these people also on opioids?
Yeah, I think so. Not even kidding, they're all homeless. This is either the city of Baltimore or Memphis. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
But it is one of them.
Yeah, this is one of those opioid towns, huh?
This shit is not going good, bro.
No,
shit is real here.
Oxycontin towns.
So,
Yeah.
he runs to the factory.
Because the factory went off to Mexico.
Factory's still there.
Their fault.
Factory's still there. It says Old Parish thing, but it's abandoned.
Right.
completely
But what I
abandoned.
mean, like the company
Oh.
probably moved to Mexico. That's the Middle America story. Not.
Well, it's different when your kid goes missing.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened with this one.
Yeah, probably just want to leave that town.
This one might just
Yeah.
have been like, you know what? I got other things to think about.
Yeah.
I can't worry about shoes anymore, dog.
Right. Everyone thinks I murdered my son and cut him up into a million pieces. How horrifying is that? How unbelievably horrifying is that if you're that dad?
That's the rumor in the town.
That's the rumor in the town.
And people believe it because
and
they're
people
dumb.
believe it.
Because it's a dumb town near Middle America.
Yeah, and it's also a better story if that's what happened.
By the way, we love you, Middle America. Thanks for being beaners.
Yeah. Sorry that the pharmaceutical companies are killing your friends. It's not your fault. We know.
We try to avoid the politics of Spoil the Beans, but sometimes we get into it. Sometimes the movie does, not us.
Yeah. This is Jumanji's
The movie
fault.
brought this is definitely Jumanji's fault.
Yeah.
So, the kids, he runs into the factory, and the kids are, they're still behind him, and then they're like, why are you here? And he goes, my dad made shoes here. And he's looking around. He's like, these were the best shoes in New England. And he's looking at all the, just old boxes everywhere. Mm-hmm. And then he runs upstairs to his dad's office building, and there's just a homeless man living in there. He's like, and he goes, what happened to this factory? And the homeless guy goes, folded, like everything else in this town. And he's like, and he goes, what happened? And he goes, old man, his kid ran away. And he put all his money and time into finding him. And after a while, he just quit caring about anything else. And he goes, oh, no one loved his son like old Sam.
Oof.
And then, he goes, are the parishes? All the way, I should also mention, our boy can act.
Yeah. No, I'm in there.
I haven't mentioned that yet.
Yeah.
But you're already in this. But I also, you already were imagining, you were at no point being like, I bet he's all like,
yeah. My parents are dead.
It's the guy from Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
It's the genie.
Yeah, Robin can fucking act.
His ass. Yo, dude, boy can act.
This is one of the most talented people of all time.
All time. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like up there, bro. Up there. I'm talking about up there with like Jamie Foxx. Just all around talent.
All around talent was insane.
Insanity.
Insane. Do you remember that he sang Blame Canada at the Oscars?
He did.
He sang that.
He's the GOAT, bro.
Wild.
He is the goddamn GOAT.
Wild. It's also crazy that song was nominated for an Oscar.
He used to steal jokes, but pay people for it.
A lot of money.
Life's interesting, huh?
Yeah. I would part with one of my jokes for $50,000.
Oh, dude, you can have it. Anybody. Hey, anyone listening.
It's open.
Bro, get it. Get it, nigga. I will write another one.
Yeah,
Please
a lot of my jokes you kind of have to have my parents, but you can have them still.
Dude, hey, you want to say nigga all this much? I don't give a fuck what color you are. Buy it.
He doesn't. He super doesn't care what color you are.
No, you can have the joke, and I'll be the first nigga to defend you. Be like, hey, he paid $20,000 to say nigga that much.
Yeah.
Y'all better let him say it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean? That's a fair price. That nigga paid $20,000 to say nigga 6 times. I don't give a fuck. 20 grand. So. What are we talking about? What movie is this?
Dude, I don't know if I forgot.
You want to go? We can go.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. This isn't like
Jumanji.
This is an important episode or nothing like that.
Jumanji.
Yeah.
Are the parishes still around? And the guy goes, yeah. They're over on Adams Street. And he goes, it's a cemetery. They're buried. He finds the plaques. They're buried, He's just heartbroken. I mean, that would be like, damn. Also, like, they're over on Adams Street.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So they really went in a much more lighthearted direction in the newer Jumanji.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is...
They were like, hey, we got The Rock and Kevin Hart. Let's just fucking have a good time.
Yeah, let's not
make a movie.
Going through some shit.
No, they made a movie. This was an original. That's why this movie's so good, because it was like, you've never seen this movie before. Either the storyline, you're like, imagine, because if you're in the theater, like, I don't know how this ends. This is awesome.
Yeah. I'm not even really quite sure how it began.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just fucking, but I'm in this world, baby.
Yeah.
So, God, this is when they used to make movies like this, like a movie about a board game, but it's like, let's make it good.
Yeah.
Let's like take the time,
Right.
you know,
Right.
and cast it.
Yeah.
You know.
Now they're like, let's just make Cats a movie and give everyone human faces.
Damn it! I don't know what's going on. So, the little boy comes up to Robin Williams. You know, he's all sad. And he goes, "Our parents are dead too." And then Peter says that, you know, the little boy's telling him how he misses his parents, and like they kind of console each other. You know. So Robin, you know, he tries to take off, but they're begging him to finish the game, you know? And he's like, no, I got to go. And then as they're doing that, an ambulance drives by, and it crashes into another car. And the woman in the car is kind of like shaking. And the ambulance people come out, and they're like, oh, this is the 50th person today. What's going on? Everyone in the town keeps getting bit. Another bite. And then they go, and they're like, what's going on? And then they hear, bzzz, and then Robin Williams goes, get in. And then they hide in the car because he knows that those bugs are coming.
Yeah, those bugs are bad news. Bad news bugs.
And then he looks at him, he goes, any of you guys know how to drive? And then they go, no, we're kids. And they go, you're the adult. And he goes, oh, my dad let me back out the driveway once. I mean, God, he's funny, man.
It's funny.
You know, like, because it's like, oh, this old man, but it's like, yeah, you're right. He's like 13
he's
or
like
whatever.
Their age, yeah.
Yeah. So he backs it out the driveway, and he's hitting all the buttons. Well, he's just hitting all the buttons, panicking, like hitting everything, right? And they're like, oh, they're screaming. And this bug's like fucking almost getting through the glass. These niggas are strong as hell. And then the little kid like hits it in the drive, Peter, and then they fucking go flooring off, right? And they finally get back to their house. He's like, ooh, they get in the house. And he goes and he finds some of his dad's clothes and he puts them on. He takes a shower, and he's in the shower, and he's just taking.
That's
so
crazy
happy.
that they kept all the stuff in there before,
Right.
while they sold the house. It's also like, when you bought the house, did you even look at it? There's like people's old clothes in there. Someone kept the kids' room in perfect shape.
Because they are, I mean, grieving parents. Of course they did.
Right.
Also, how crazy is this? When I went home for Christmas, my room from my childhood, exactly the same. Nigga.
Bro,
Great. That is crazy.
that makes sense. I'm saying, if I was buying a house and I didn't know the history of it, and there was a kid's room still perfectly preserved, I'd be like, oh, dude, we're getting out of this house. That's fucking crazy as shit.
Well, hopefully I don't die, because my parents are going to have some weird shit they got to go through.
But you know what they're going to do if they sell the house? They're going to clean that fucking room out.
Oh, God, which is going to be the hardest day of their life.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, you're like, yes. That's a horrible day for the posters.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying it's. I guess what I'm saying. It's crazy that the realtor didn't clean the house out before showing it to people.
Man, or at least bring it up.
Yeah, and then it's
There
crazy.
should be a sign outside that door.
And then it's crazy that a person bought the house, bringing in kids whose parents just died. You know what I mean? It's
that's a lot going on, bro.
It's a lot happening.
So he's taking a shower. He's happy. He's singing the Gilligan's Island theme.
Right.
You know.
Right. Which is current in his time.
How's it go? And Father.
Yeah, they just-
and Mary Jane's a whore.
Right. That's again. Nope.
A 3-hour tour. I think I'm pretty close.
Wow, you're probably not wrong.
It was something like that. So he's shaves.
How
his beard.
long do you think that show ran?
Nigga, 10 seasons.
Gilligan's Island. Can you look it up?
Nope. Ain't king this thing. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, that's
Look it up
funny.
on your own time. Hey guys, you guys want to know what Gilligan's Island happened? Look it up on your own goddamn
I bet
time.
you went like 3 seasons. And put like that was a lot back in '69. They're like 3 seasons.
Give them $50 million.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, no, them niggas went from black and white to color, so they were on for a minute.
They started black and white.
Yeah.
Oh wow. How do you know this much about Gilligan's Island?
That show went hard, man. That's good. I can't believe you haven't seen it a bunch.
I've seen a couple episodes.
That was one of them shows that would be on I Love Lucy and Three's Company.
I Love Lucy and Three's Company. I remember.
Three's Company went hard.
Three's
The
Company,
motherfucker too, bro.
Yeah, everyone. Three's Company. The entire show was built around. Hey, these people sound like they're fucking from a different room.
But one of them's supposedly gay.
Oh,
He pretended to be gay for Mr. Roker.
Oh, he did. He did.
That was great. Great
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. Yeah. And they had that creepy friend Larry.
Yeah,
Whose
he
chest
did.
hair was
His
always
chest hair was
out.
always out trying to fuck everybody.
Yeah.
That show's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. You know what? This is now a Three's Company podcast.
We are only doing episodes
Yeah.
of Three's Company
Yeah,
that we've all seen a bunch.
Yeah, and we're changing it from Spoil the Beans to Two's Company. There's no women.
Now, Sam's the matriarch, bro.
Sam is the matriarch. But she's not on camera. So.
No, she's just the matriarch.
Yeah.
She does what the matriarchs on podcasts do.
Yeah, she's the matriarch of our podcast, and we all know what they do.
So he shaves his beard, his hair, and he comes out and he's got patches all over his face because he doesn't know how to shave. He's like, what? I've never shaved before. They're looking at him like, oh. And he says how, like he's going to leave. And the little boy's like, you're not going to help us? And he's like, I got to go. And the little boy's like, you're afraid. He goes, afraid of what? And the little boy's like, nothing wrong with that. It's just you're afraid. And he goes, you have no idea what you're getting into. And the little boy's like, yeah, I think so. And he's like, I don't think so. He's like, you think those monkeys and lions are bad? That's the beginning. I've seen things you can only see in your nightmares. I've seen things you can't even see. He goes, you won't last 5 minutes without me. And then the little girl goes, well, so you'll help us? And he goes, I'll watch. So they sit down and Kirsten rolls. Nothing happens. Like, what? She tries again. Nothing. And they go, Alan, it's not working. He's looking at the board game. He goes,
it's my turn.
Oh, no. It's not your turn. And they go, no? And he looks at it. He grabs the other pieces. He goes, the elephant. That was my piece. This is just the game I started in 1969. I have to play. And the little girl goes, and he goes, it's not my turn. And they go, whose turn is it? Sarah Weddle. The girl. Remember the girl? Oh, you thought this, bro, you thought we were done with her?
I didn't see this coming.
You don't know who she is either.
This right here, this is for the writer.
You didn't see that coming. You didn't. Oh, wow, legit, huh?
Writer? Yeah, I'm legit. This is, I'm giving.
You're seeing Jumanji for the first time, so you don't know that she's in this movie.
Yeah. I'm clapping for the writer. That was well written.
Love it.
That was well written.
Hassan, if you guys don't know him yet, New Beaners, he very much appreciates some well written shit.
That was well written.
So they go to the girl's old place. And they're like, oh, there's no way she lives here. And then they go and there's a sign on the door that says Madam Serena's palm readings. And they're like, oh, there's no way she lives here. We told you. And then the little boy goes, well, let's just ask the physic. She reads palms. She might know where she is. And they're like, well, that's a good point.
Might as well.
They knock on the door. And then the lady from inside you hear, Madam Serena can't see anyone. Sorry, guys, we're closed today. And they go, sorry, but we're just looking for someone who used to live here. Sarah Whittle. And then you hear it's quiet. What do you want with her? And then it's quiet. And then she opens the door, right? Because it's like, she's like, what's going on? Like, she opens the door. And then Alan kind of looks at her. And you can't see her. And he goes, Sarah? And then she goes, I don't go by that name anymore. And he goes, Sarah Whittle. And she's like, you can't see her really yet. And she's like, what do you want? And then you do. And it's Bonnie Hunt.
I know that name.
Legend.
She's in everything.
Been
right?
in everything.
Yeah. What's the big thing that she's in?
Bonnie Hunt. She was in Twister.
I know the face.
Oh yeah, you know the face. Bro.
I know the face.
She's in Twister. She was in. Damn, bro. Yeah, wow, what a resume. Not bad.
Are you gonna name some of them?
No, you guys can look it up on your own. Wow. But man, she did something. I'm gonna look it up.
It's a great name too, Bonnie Hunt.
Oh, Bonnie Hunt's great.
Yeah, that is a name of a star.
Yeah, why'd they change goddamn IMDb, bro? This is so annoying.
IMDb is not as good anymore.
Here we go.
They made it all like modern,
and
I don't like it.
Jumanji, Rain Man, Green Mile. Oh man, Oscar with like
just all
big Oscar movies.
All these movies I haven't seen.
Classics too.
Yeah.
Toy Story 4.
Who's she in Toy Story 4?
Wow, Dolly.
She's Dolly? So she's Dolly in the whole series then, isn't she?
Cars 3. She's in Zootopia. She's Bonnie Hops.
Is that her? That's the dad? That's the mom.
Yeah. Monsters University. Oh man, every big animated movie, dog. She's in every big animated movie. She's the mom in both the Cheaper by the Dozens.
Right. That's.
Oh my! I'm talking Green Mile. Yeah, Green Mile. A Bug's Life. She's one of the main girls in that. Jerry Maguire. She's the main. Oh my god, dude. She's the girl's friend.
Oh damn. Jesus.
Who's holding me in that, dude? Jumanji.
She had a career.
She was in the Beethovens, nigga. With the dog. She was like. You gotta understand, guys. When you're in franchises, you're making bank.
Damn, she's rich as hell. Wow, I wonder what her net worth is.
And also, she was in a movie all the way up to Toy Story 4. That was the last thing she did. That was 2019.
Yeah, that was a big movie.
And she's never, and every single year she's been in TV shows and movies.
So she's working. She's always working. Jesus.
Dude, this woman has destroyed.
Good career.
Destroyed.
Well, actually, great career. Good as
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, yeah. She was in Oscar-winning movies and like just big blockbuster franchises.
Yeah.
So, Robin Williams goes, 26 years ago, you played a game with a boy down the street, and then her eyes get big, and he goes, a game with drums? And she's like, and he goes, I'm that little boy, Sarah. And she goes, Alan? And she passes out. So they take her passed out body back to the parish place.
Right.
Because that's what you do.
Right.
No woman passes out.
Right.
You
Why not
move
just bring the board game? Or is the board game stuck?
Mm-hmm. No, the board game's not stuck. They just didn't.
Okay, so they can move the board game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, the board game moves.
Okay. Okay. I had to ask because their first thought was to bring an unconscious woman back to their place. So.
So she's calling her doctor, leaving a voicemail saying how she's struggling with the past. These people are here saying it's coming up and it feels real. She's like going crazy. You know what I mean? Like clearly, like she's talked her way out of it.
Yeah.
That never happened.
Right.
And, you know, and
which
then,
is a natural reaction.
And then right then she hangs up. He opens the game. She screams, "No, no!" And she runs around. He grabs her. She's like, "I spent 20,000 hours in therapy saying that this didn't happen. Please, please." And then he goes, "I know. Calm down." He goes, "It's all real." She's like, "No, your father murdered you. You know your father murdered you, and he chopped you up into little pieces." And he goes, "Sarah." He starts laughing. He goes, "You know my father. Come on. He barely could hug me." And she's like,
"That's a really funny thing to say."
Also, like, for him, perspective, like, what?
He had that in his back pocket.
You guys think that guy murdered me? The guy who didn't hug me at all?
I'm gonna sing my dad one day
with his own murderer thing.
Yeah.
Also, for the dad, you're like, right? I never hugged a nigga. Come on, I'm gonna murder him now.
Yeah, I didn't care.
You gotta love somebody to murder him.
I didn't care enough to murder this kid.
Jesus Christ. To chop him up?
Yeah.
You have to fucking care.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God. Serial killers care, dude. Mm-hmm. They care the most, some say.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the only way they can get hard a lot of the times. Derek?
So, Jesus Christ. So, okay, I can't wait till we do Passion of the Christ 2. I don't know why I'm thinking of that, but Beaners, just know that episode's coming. So,
Too Passion, Too Furious.
He goes, Sarah, 26 years ago we played a little game. Mm-hmm. Now we're all going to sit and finish it. And it's your turn. And he hands her the dice and she's holding them. And she's like, and she can act, she's crying. She's like, and she goes, I can't do it. She goes off how she can't do it. And he goes, fine. Give me the dice, Sarah, and just go home. And he holds out his hand, and she goes to hand it to him, and he moves her hand, and she drops him, and she rolls. And he goes, ha, ha, ha. He laughs.
Yeah.
And she's like, you did that. I can't believe you did that. And how could you do that to me? And then her piece moves, and then she goes, and she reads it, and it goes, they grow much faster than bamboo. Take care, or they'll come after you. What do you think it is?
Vines? Yay.
Not your normal vines. I will say that.
Well, if they grow faster than bamboo.
These vines are, dare I say, serial killers.
Okay.
So vines start growing all throughout the walls, right? And he goes, stay away, Robin Williams, because he knows them. He's like, don't touch them. He's like, no quick movements. And the girl's looking at him. She's like, they're beautiful. He's like, yeah, beautiful. Don't touch the purple ones. And definitely not the big yellow ones. And then the kid goes, what yellow ones? And then right then something grabs Peter, one of the vines, and it starts pulling him. And then you see a big, giant yellow flower come out the wall. And I mean like Little Shop of Horrors big. Okay. This motherfucker is a gigantic, could eat a people level flower.
Okay.
And they're like, they're screaming. And it's strong as hell. And they're pulling him. And then finally Alan, he grabs the sword. And he, like from the chest area that his dad had. And he fucking slices the vine. And it fucking goes back into the wall. Right? And they're all like, oh my God. They're screaming. Cuts back to David Allen Greer, right? He finds his cop car that the monkeys all destroyed. He finally finds it.
Right.
And he's like, I can't believe this. He's like, I'm going back to the parish place. He radios that in, right? He drives off. So cut to Sarah is now trying to leave the house. She's like, fuck this. Hell no, I'm out of here. Alan grabs her. He's like, Sarah, the game is not over. They go to another room. They sit her down and they put out the game again. Like, we got to finish. All right. And then she goes, Alan, this game ruined my life. And he looks at her. He goes, your life, right? And then she's like, Alan, he goes, I was alone for 26 years, Sarah. And then she goes, me too, Alan.
Jesus Christ.
She was the crazy person in the town that nobody
Right.
That's why she became nobody talked to her anymore.
Right. But like, this is deep.
Oh, this movie's great, dude.
Jesus.
This movie, I told you, the whole movie, I was like, nigga,
Yeah.
I was just like this. I never hit pause. I was just watching it.
I was expecting a little more carefree fun here.
Oh, you were expecting the new ones, huh?
Yeah.
New ones are awesome.
Yeah, well, I like the new one.
The new one was absolutely great. I can't wait to
Right.
see the new one. That's also, like I said, guys, Kevin Hart made us do this podcast. He produced all this. Kevin Hart is a huge beaner. The Rock is a huge beaner. The lady who plays the other chick, that Gamora's sister, who's in the movie, huge beaner.
Yep. Just don't look into it.
Don't look into
Just
it.
trust us.
Trust us on everything, guys.
Yep.
So the little girl, because she says, we're going to finish the game and it'll all go away. And then right then Bonnie Hunt goes, well, what if I get sucked in like you did? She's all scared. And then Alan goes, you won't, because I won't stop playing. And he holds his hand out.
Yeah.
And they all make a pact to finish the game. Even she does, right? Alan rolls. It's his turn. He reads the screen. A hunter from the darkest wild
Jesus.
makes you feel just like a child. What is it, Hassan?
A hunter from the darkest wild.
Makes you feel just like a child.
I have no idea.
He goes, and they go, what? And he goes, Van Pelt. Boom! A hunter comes in. Alan, I perish. I'll got you. God damn it! It's a British hunter.
Okay.
This dude comes in blasting, you coward, face me like a man. And Alan just runs out the house, right?
Right.
And the guy's shooting at him down the street.
Do
and
you
as he's
recognize
shooting,
the hunter?
yeah, it's a British nigga that you recognize. But you feel me
Is
though?
that what it said in the credits?
Yeah. It's a British nigga you'd recognize. You'd recognize when you see him, you're gonna be like, oh, that British nigga.
I feel you.
It's one of him. It's one of them and
Yeah.
him. So as he's running out shooting Alan down the street, David Allen Greer pulls up. And of course he's like, hey, freeze, right? And then he fucking unloads on David Allen Greer's car. And David Allen hides, right? And then Alan gets away. He's like, oh, and the British guy's like, oh. And then he, goes off and Alan, like David Allen Greer looks up and everybody's gone. And he's just like, he's so, he's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm having a bad day.
This is monkey stole my car.
Yeah.
A motherfucker just unloaded on me.
Yeah, I think at this point I'm just gonna call it a night.
I'm calling. Oh, for sure. If I'm him,
calling it a night.
I immediately will go home.
Yeah,
I immediately go
yeah.
home.
Why do you gotta go home? Oh, I'm very sick. I am so sick right now.
So Alan comes back in the house, and they're like, "What was that?" And then one of the kids goes, "Is that the reason you didn't want to play earlier?" And then the girl goes, "Oh, you didn't want to play either?" And he goes, "That was different. That guy's been hunting me." And then they start arguing, right? Because they're arguing about how this guy's been hunting him the whole time he's been in the jungle,
Right.
And he's just been avoiding this guy, and so this guy's been on his ass,
Funny.
for 26 years,
Funny.
terrifying.
Yeah. Oh my god. At a certain point, you think
Because you've never rested for 26 years.
Yeah. Also, you think at a certain point you'd be like, dude, it's been 26 years. Can we talk and figure out what's happening here?
Can we Joker and Batman this?
Yeah.
Let's just figure it out.
Yeah. Can we, instead of me running from you constantly? Don't you have family? What's going on? Why are you chasing me?
So, as they're arguing, Kirsten Dunst, she rolls a 6. Mm-hmm. Don't be fooled. It isn't thunder. Staying put will be a blunder.
Some sort of stampede.
They're arguing. You're rumbling. And he stops her. You feel that? He goes to the wall. All the books start falling off the wall. Run! It's a stampede! Fucking rhinos, zebras, elephant, nigga, every animal. Just run and running through the house, and they're running, and then at the last second they dodge out the way, right? And then they watch a full African, all the animals from Africa stampede by them. And they're just like, what the fuck? The last animal in the stampede is a gigantic bird. It comes up and it grabs the game and flies off. And they're like, no! And he goes running after it, and he's like, Peter, why didn't you grab the game? Because Peter was right next to it.
Right.
And then Peter's like, oh, puts his head down, and then they're like, it's okay, Peter, it's okay. And he's running off. He's after the bird. As they run out, they see the vines, because now they're all chasing him. The vines are now leaving the house, now going out into the town.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This town's getting fucked up.
Our hunter goes into a gun store, and he's like, I need a replacement weapon. And then the guy's like, okay, we're going to have to sign all these paperwork. It'll take a couple months, whatever. And then he drops a bunch of gold on the counter. And the guy's like, all right, I can handle all that paperwork for you, sir. Mm-hmm. And he hands that nigga a mass shooter level gun.
Like just an AR-15.
AR-15 straight, and the dude, of course, is like, because he had like an old hunter's weapon from like 1920, some shit,
Right.
And he's looking at this, he's like, And then the guy looks at him and goes, "You're not a postal worker, are you?" Because, that's who used that's who the mass shooters used to be, guys.
Yeah,
they used to be mailmen.
Yeah, so silly. Now there are children.
Spoil the beans where the facts are fun.
Yeah.
So Alan is by the river.
We don't have a problem. Huh?
And he's Alan, our boy Alan.
Oh, yeah.
He's by the river.
Right.
And the bird is there.
Right.
And he's trying to get the game from him. And he throws a fish at the bird to distract it. And the bird knocks the game in the river. He's like, no. And he can't grab it. Peter sees this and he takes off running. And they're like, Peter. And Peter's running down alongside the river with the fucking board game. And then there's a little crossing like of a branch that fell. And he climbs over because he's small. He climbs on it and he fucking dangles down like a little monkey. And he grabs it, with his feet, and he grabs it with his hand. And everybody's like, yeah, happy music plays. And then he crawls back and everyone's celebrating like, oh, Peter, you're the best. And Alan comes and Alan's just like, nice work. And he snatches the game from him. Like he doesn't want to give it to him.
Right.
All right. And then the little kid's like, what?
Oh, man, fuck y'all.
Yeah. Well, fuck it. Everyone else is.
Yeah.
So the hunter now, you can see he's on their trail. He's back on their trail with the AR-15. As they walk, they're walking down the street. David Allen drives by. And he goes, hey! And he stops his car. And then Robin Williams is like, he's like, hide the game. And he goes, every time I see you, there's trouble. Okay? And he cuffs him. He's like, you're coming with me. And he puts him in the back of like he's going to put him in the back of the car. And right then, Alan notices someone shooting at him, like with a sniper. Like, and it's the hunter. And he goes, and he's like, no, I'll get arrested. And they're like, what? He's like, I'll find you guys later. I'll get arrested. And then he gets in the car and the guy's like, right? He tells him, we'll finish the game later. And they drive off. So right then, Peter opens the game while no one's looking because the sister and Bonnie Hunter are talking about what they're going to do. And he opens the game and he counts how many spaces he needs to win. And he's like, and then he does something. You can't see what he does. And then he goes, oh no, Judy. And then Judy, your sister, runs up. And she's like, what'd you do? He's like, I thought I could end the game by myself. And then on the board it says, a law of Jumanji has been broken. This will set you back a token. So his piece goes back. And then she's like, oh, what'd you do? And then like she's like, what? The sister's like, what'd you do? And then Bonnie Hunt's like, honey, did you cheat it, huh? And then he goes, no, I didn't cheat. I counted it was 11 pieces, so I just tried to drop the dice on 11. And she's like, honey, that's cheating. And he goes, and then right then she goes, Peter, look at your hands. And then right then fur starts growing out of his hands and out of his face. He's like, ah! All right. And it fades away. Cut to the town. The monkeys are in the town watching The Wizard of Oz. You know the scene where the monkeys are going crazy in Wizard of Oz?
Yep.
They're watching this, and then they all
go insane. Right.
They're like, oh, we're going to do this.
Right.
And they start doing this to the town.
Our heroes.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, inspiration comes from lots of places.
Right,
So David Allen Greer looks at him as he's driving. He looks at Alan in the back and he goes, what is going on? And Alan's like, oh, you wouldn't believe me if I told you, Carl. And he goes, how you know my name? And then he goes, I know a lot of things about you, Carl, and this town. I know they used to call you Soul Man. And then Carl David Allen Greer, so he's like, that's right, brother. They showed it out, Soul Man. Like, he gets like, he's into it. And like, not realizing like, oh, that's crazy. This guy knows this.
Knows that. Yeah.
And then he goes, yeah, they sure did, man. They called me that at the Old Parish factory. That's before Old Parish fired me. And then Alan goes, no. He goes, yeah. He goes, oh, man, I had something that could have turned this whole town around, man. He goes, yeah, your new shoe. He's like, what? How would you know? But he goes, Carl, I'm sorry. He goes, sorry for what? He goes, it's me, Alan. Car stops. Okay? So back to the town. Town's going great. This movie's great. This movie's the pacing of it is so well done. They pace it like such a fun adventure.
This is well done.
So town's going crazy. People are looting all the stores.
Right.
You know what I mean? All these people are white, by the way. Mind you, all the people who are looting, guys, are white. So get your image right in your head. As this is happening, the hunter runs up behind the kid and he snatches the game from Peter. Okay? But Peter sneakily snatches it back. Okay? And he takes off running. And as he takes off running, the stampede comes. And he hides in a car. And the stampede literally goes over top of the car and like crushes the car. So now he's in this crushed car just screaming, ah! Which would have been, as a kid, I remember this being the scariest scene of all time. I thought that was the scariest thing of all time. These elephants and shit going over this car, bro. And he's just like in the motherfucking thing, crushed in it.
Yeah. Oh, God. Where's his sister and Bonnie?
They're watching. They're like, no, right? And then homeboy, the hunter walks up and he sees and he grabs the game back away from the kid, right? And he takes off. And then they come and they get him out of the car and they follow the guy into a store. Everyone's looting the store. White people.
Right.
Judy
All right.
sees the game had been set down.
In the sea of black people stealing, there's the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she runs and she goes to grab it.
Okay.
And right then, a bullet hits right by her.
Jesus.
And then he goes, you fall for my plan. He goes, if you fall for my plan, I know Alan will too. And then right then, Peter bites the guy's leg. You know, he's like, ah. And then they take the game and they take off running. And then Alan, cut back to Alan and Carl. He asked Carl to let him go. He'll fucking help everything. He'll solve all this. You've got to let him go. Carl's like, I know I'm going to regret this. You know, and he lets him go. And right then, as he lets him go, he fucking cuffs David Allen Greer to his car. He's like, I'm sorry, buddy, but I got to go. I have to do this. He's like, what? What are you talking about? You said we were going to help me. He's like, you'll thank me someday. And he runs off, right? And as he's running off, he hears on the radio, hey, Carl, we need your help down at the Save-A-Lot store. There's a guy here shooting at a woman and 2 kids. And he hears this, and he's like, oh. And he gets in the car, and he makes out David Allen Greer get in the car, and he takes off driving, right? So in the store, they're running and dodging everything. And as they're running and dodging the guy, the kid is setting up a booby trap, very Home Alone-like.
Okay.
You know?
I like it.
Set up a booby trap, and then the guy, of course, walks right into it. He slips and slides, and then Peter sets up this little canoe, and this canoe goes shooting at him and knocks the guy into a wall.
Okay.
He gets up pissed. And as they're about to run out the store, the guy shoots down some tires, and all the tires fall and knock him over. All right? And then he walks up, and he goes, and the woman's all scared. She holds the kids, and he goes, woman, I could have shot you at any moment. And then she goes, why didn't you? And he goes, you didn't roll the dice.
Great writing. My God.
Because you were wondering this whole time.
Why didn't you just kill him? But that's not how the rules of the game.
It's not the rules of the game.
It's not the rules of the game. Jesus, this is intense.
Great, dude.
This
I
is
mean, yeah,
really
I
intense.
love that line too.
Yeah.
He's like, bitch, what you mean?
Yeah.
I could y'all, all of y'all I could have killed.
Right. You fell for my trap.
I'm just trying to get y'all, the fucking dude to come save y'all.
Yeah. He rolled the 6 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, then I need that nigga dead.
Yeah.
Because that's my job in this
Yeah,
game.
because I have no free will, and that's a whole different conversation later.
Ooh,
Yeah.
now you're with me, buddy.
Yeah.
Now you're with me.
Yeah. It's like, you know, he probably spends his nights thinking, like, who am I? Am I really anybody?
I just gotta, and then he can't get over that because the urge to hunt him
Right.
is so stronger.
Because at the end of the day, it's whatever the dice gods say, and you have to sort of follow that.
And that is hard life.
It's rough.
So.
There's always someone going through some shit in some kids movie, you know?
Oh man, always.
Not everyone comes out of that fine.
So they're getting up to the store finally.
Right.
Speeding car, and he says, hit the brakes, Alan. And Alan hits the brakes, but they don't work. Hit the brakes, they don't work. And he crashes into the store. It knocks down all the aisles. One of the aisles with full of paint cans, poof, hits the hunter. So they all fall in the hunter, right? They're like, holy shit. Alan goes, all right, let's get out of here. He notices Peter is a monkey, and he's like, Jesus Christ. Oh, great. You know, and then they take off running. So as they're walking off, you know, the Bonnie Hunt character's like, talk to him. And he's like, I'm not going to talk to him. He's like, talk to him, please. He needs it. And he goes back, and he's like, the Peter kid's crying. He's a monkey, completely a monkey now. And he's crying. And he's like, I warned you, Peter. Don't cry. Don't cry. Chin up. Crying never helps. And Peter keeps crying. He's like, come on. You have a problem. You got to face it like a man. You know that. And then he stops, and he's like, wow. 26 years in the jungle, and I still just grew up to be him. And he stops, and he's like, it's all right to be afraid, Peter. You're right. It's all right to be afraid. And then Peter goes, it's not that. He's like, what is it? And he goes, whispers something in his ear, and then Robin Williams goes, oh. He's like, well, I got you, buddy. Turn around. And he turns around, and then he rips his pants open, and then a gigantic tail comes out. And the kid's like, oh. And they take off walking. Very cute.
Yeah. Weird.
Weird. You don't see it coming. You're like,
really weird.
oh.
Yeah. Huh.
He's a monkey, though.
Right.
When you see him, you're like, oh, this thing is a monkey.
Oof, man, they should roll. They have time.
So they get back to the house.
Well, you
You
didn't need to do it back there.
Yeah, let's finish this shit.
Yeah.
On the streets.
Yeah.
They go, we're going to finish this game no matter what, right? Mm-hmm. They get inside the house. It's 100% a jungle now. Like, it's 100% the jungle. Just
right.
Jungle.
Right.
And the homeboy's like, suddenly I feel right at home. Got to get you with some movie lines.
Yeah,
Got to hit you with some big box office lines.
Gotta get that one-liner in.
Got to. So David Allen Greer gets to his beat-up car, and he takes off, right? And right out of the paint cans, you see the hunter's hand.
Like
you know?
Terminator.
Like Terminator. He comes up, you know. So the aunt, remember the aunt in the beginning of the movie?
Yeah,
Stops David Allegretti on the street. And he's like, now what, right? And he's like, ma'am, get out of the way. She's like, I need help. He's like, ma'am. She's like, I need a ride home. He's like, where are you going, ma'am? And then she goes, the old parish place. And he goes, get in. Because he's like, oh.
Oh, this is,
yeah. So right then, as she goes to get in, a vine comes across and he touches him on the face. And he goes, oh, ah! And he gets out of his car and the vine fucking wraps around the car, sucks it in, and the yellow flower eats his car. And then he's just watching. He's just completely shell-shocked. It's quiet for a second, and then he just goes, fine! Still made me laugh.
Yeah, that's a good
Made me laugh the first time I saw it. And he just goes, take it! And then she's like, what do we do now? He's like, we're going. And they start walking. But I like just because the day he had, you feel him of just like, you know what?
Yes. I guess. Also, am I the only cop in this town?
Because what the fuck is going on?
Where's the communication between all of us? Like, hey man, there's a stampede going through the
There's
town.
a vine eating
There's
shit.
a vine eating stuff. Yeah. These giant ass bugs.
No, the vine is a great line though.
Right. Yeah, the vine is an amazing
That's
line.
a good line. I bet the director was like, oh, glad I picked a comic.
Right.
Comics, bro. Comics, man.
We know how to do stuff.
We do. So they look at the board and they go, Sarah, if you roll a 12, you win. She gets all excited. She rolls a 3.
Oof.
Every month, the quarter moon, there will be a monsoon in your lagoon. What happens?
So it's just a fuck ton of rain?
Tsunami? I think is the correct word, my friend.
Oh, okay.
And then she goes, because you hear thunder. And she goes, Bonnie Hunt goes, well, at least we're inside. And then Robin Williams goes, yeah, right. And he covers up his head. Clouds started forming up right above them. You know? Just crazy, just flooding. Coming down. And then the wife's like, Bonnie Hunt's like, a little rain never hurt anyone. And he goes, yeah, but a lot will kill you. Higher ground. And they start trying to get to higher ground, right? It's already up to their knees. They get to higher ground. Bro, it just floods down, knocking them back. Now they're swimming in it. And it's like, it happens so fast. Because it's like, oh, I bet a tsunami. It's like, which is like, whoa, that was quick.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's just raining. And then right then they see a motherfucking alligator floating towards them.
Yeah.
And they start screaming, ah! And they swim and they all get on a table and the alligator tries to eat them.
By the way, technically, this is not a tsunami.
What is it?
This is a monsoon.
Oh, monsoon. What's a tsunami?
Tsunami is a wave. Tsunami is a giant wave.
You're right.
Monsoon
This
is
just
a
monsoon.
rain.
Monsoon's rain.
Yeah.
That's why monsoon in your lagoon, your house.
Right.
So you're right. I was wrong. Mm-hmm. And now I have to quit the podcast.
Yep. Derek's a dumb idiot. And we're holding tryouts to be the new Derek. The hardest part about this podcast. You get to be Derek now.
And we're holding tryouts. Bro, I kind of want to just see it.
Dude, I would love
To just see some random person explaining the movie to you.
Yeah.
But you have no chemistry with this person.
No, none. I just have to figure them out and see if they're cool.
Throughout the movie, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's a lot going on throughout the movie. That's great.
And trusting them to get through the movie, too.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's like a weird social experiment on me.
That may actually be a great episode, guys. And when we have a big enough podcast, you never know what we'll do.
And so tryouts. Send in your auditions.
Send in your audition, guys, please. Please send in your auditions explaining a full movie. Hour and a half long auditions.
Yeah. And none of the shit we've already done.
Yeah, dumbass.
Yeah.
Go through the list.
Bitch.
It's episode 100. So, they climb to a chandelier. And Alan, the alligator's still chomping at him. Alan dives in the water. He starts fighting the alligator, right? Because it's about to eat Bonnie Hunt. And he's fighting it off. Right then, the cop and the aunt show at the house. And they hear screaming inside. And he's like, the door's locked. He's like, I always wanted to do this. And he gets all excited. And he points his gun. And he goes to kick down the door. And he kicks it. And it just, poof, and nothing. And then he shoots it a couple times. And water starts pouring out the holes. And he's like, what the fuck? Poof, tsunami. Wave, right?
Yes.
Tsunami.
Okay.
Wave knocks them up, and I mean so big that they are now the whole street.
It's flooding.
The whole street is flooded.
Flooded.
Like over cars, like that level. Like they're on a river, and they're on their door, like the two doors that they're like they're screaming, and alligator goes by them, and then the alligator is just like the day that guy had.
Yeah.
Well, the lifetime this guy's had.
Yeah. Rough. Pretty rough.
All because of a shoe. So Bonnie Hunt's looking at Robin Williams. She's like, Alan, you wrestled a gator for me. And he's like, well, it was a crocodile. And then they almost kiss, and the kids smile, and then they stop. And they go, like, oh, we got to finish the game. And Alan rolls, and he rolls a 7. Beware the ground on which you stand. The floor is quicker than the sand.
Oh, God. I guess they're sinking now? Jesus Christ.
Immediately they start sinking, right? And it's just Alan. Everybody else is like, it's just where he sinks, right? He starts sinking faster, and they're like, stay calm. And then he starts sinking slower. And then they're like, Judy, we got to finish the game. And they're like, what? They're like, we got to finish. He's still sinking, right? And then so he starts sinking, and now he's like all the way up to his face, and he's sinking, and then she rolls. And then it says, there is a lesson you will learn, but sometimes you must go back a turn. And it stops. And he's like this. Robin Williams is literally like this, right? Sunk all the way through the floor. Bonnie Hunt, she's holding him up. Her hands are sunk through the floor, right? But her legs are fine, but her hands are like through the floor like this, right? And then, so her piece goes back a piece, but at least it stopped that. So, Peter, you need to roll. Peter rolls. And so Peter rolls. And it says, need a hand while you just wait. We'll help you out. We each have 8.
Oh, God, the giant spiders.
Gigantic spiders, the size of dogs.
Jesus.
So now they're screaming, and they're calling him as they're sunk in the floor. And so Alan goes, Peter, my dad kept the axe in the woodshed. Go get it. Peter takes off downstairs. He goes running. The Judy girl's fighting him off with like a broom. She's just fighting these spiders off. Peter runs downstairs, and he runs to the woodshed, and there's an axe leaning right onto the woodshed door, and he grabs the axe, and he starts hitting on the woodshed door, and he's hitting it, and he stops, and he goes, and then he looks at the camera, and then he takes off. You get it? He said, go get the axe out the woodshed. He runs downstairs, the woodshed's locked. So he looks, and there's an axe there, and he goes, he starts hitting the door, and hits it 3, and then he realizes.
And then he looks at the camera. He breaks the fourth wall.
Ooh, great! I loved it. Very subtle.
Well done.
But it was a good joke. It was just like this group, and he's like, and then he takes off running.
Yeah.
And he fucking goes back upstairs.
It's a great director's choice.
Oh, right. Yeah, it was because
actor's choice, whoever's choice that was.
Director, because that's a choice. He's keeping it because I'm sure there was a take where he does it. So it's like they're definitely is like, oh, we're keeping this. I like the. It's like he's like, we're at this point.
It's a fun movie.
It's a crocodile floating down the street.
Yeah.
Let's fucking look at the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really bring the audience more into it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they're in this world.
You're there at this point. If you're in the theater, oh my God, you were like, what is going on?
Yeah, this is wild.
So, the aunt comes in the house, right? And she sees the legs hanging down the ceiling, and she's screaming, oh my God. And she opens up a door, and there's a lion in the room, and she's like, oh my God. She slams that door, and then she falls into another closet. And then right then, the monkey nephew comes in with an axe. And he's like, hey, Nora. And she's like, He's like, it's me, Peter. And he closed the closet, and he locks it. He's like, you'll be safe in there. And she just keeps screaming. Because it was just like, it's a lot for her in 10 seconds.
Yeah. She's like, oh, am I going crazy?
I think so.
Yeah.
So right then, remember the purple vines upstairs? You said stay away from the purple ones and the yellow ones?
Yeah.
Purple one shoots Judy in the neck with something. And so she's like, oh shit. She almost like passes out. And then they put the game over Alan's face, and she's like, Alan, I gotta roll. And he's like, use your teeth, right? And so she's like, she spits the thing out with her teeth, right?
Judy?
Yeah, the Bonnie Hunt.
Right.
The one who's stuck on the floor.
Okay.
Judy's passing out.
Okay.
She got shot in the neck. So she reads, you're almost there with much at stake, because her piece is almost there. He goes, but now the ground begins to quake.
Oh, God. Now the earth is going to split open? That might help.
The ground rumbles, scaring the spiders away. And then right then, the whole house splits in half. And then, he now is able to get out of it. But she's holding Alan. And the game falls. He's like, no! Right? And so right as the game falls, so does he. And he swings on one of the vines. And as he's swinging down on one of the vines, he catches the game. Like, he's Rob Williams. He catches it, and then he catches it, he sets it down, and his piece is also right there, and he's about to do the last roll. Don't move! And the fucking hunter comes in.
God, this is all coming together real well.
Right? And he's like, stand up. And he stands up, because he was about to roll, and he stands up. He's like, what's in your hand? And he doesn't say anything. He goes, drop it. And then Rob Williams just smiles. He drops the dice. One lands on the board piece, right? It's like a 2 or 3. And the other bounces, and it bounces down. And it starts bouncing down the middle of the cracked hole, down the basement, down the earth. It's just bouncing, right? And then he goes, into the line, Sonny. Start running. And then it keeps bouncing. And it goes back to him. And he goes, aren't you afraid? And then Robin Williams goes, I'm terrified. And the guy smiles. And he goes, but my father said, you got to face what you're afraid of. And then the guy goes, that's a good lad. Finally acting like a man. And you see the dice, it's still rolling. He goes, any last words? And then the dice finally stops and it lands on a 2. And then his piece moves over the thing, and the green smoke says, Jumanji. And then he whispers, Jumanji. And the guy goes, what'd you say? And he goes, Jumanji. And the guy just goes, and then right then the bullet goes right here. And then starts fading into the game. And then everything starts fading into the game, bro. Him and everybody's like, oh. And it's just you see all the stampede, all the monkeys from all the time, just everything starts fading into the game, bro. And it all fades all the way in, and it's circling, and then it all stops. And he's holding Sarah, right? Alan, he was holding Sarah as that was happening. And then right then, they open their eyes, and they're both kids again.
Back in '69. Thank God. Thank God. I'm glad.
And right then,
that
they're looking at each other, and then right then, Alan's dad comes back in. He's like, I forgot my speech notes. Right? And he's still mad. Remember they had an argument. And he runs up and he's like, Dad! And he hugs him, and the dad's like, and he's like, I'm so glad you're back. And he's like, I've only been gone 5 minutes. Right? And he's like, seems like a lot longer. Right? And the dad's like, he kind of smiles. He's like, I thought you were never talking to me again. And then he goes, whatever I said, Dad, I'm sorry. And he hugs him again. And then he goes, look, Alan, I was angry. I'm sorry too. And he hugs his son. He goes, if you don't have to go to that cliffside school, if you don't want, I understand. And then he looks over, and the girl's like, because he sees the girl watching, he's like, he smiles at his son because he's a beautiful girl in the room, and he goes, we can talk tomorrow, man to man. And he goes, how about father to son? He's like, you got it. He's like, I got to get going. I'm late. And he runs out the house, right? And then he goes, hey, Dad? And he goes, yes, son? He goes, back in earlier today, in the factory, it wasn't Carl's fault. I put the shoe on the conveyor belt. And the dad looks at him, he smiles, and he's like, I'm glad you told me, son. Thank you. He goes, bye, Dad. The dad leaves. And he looks at Sarah, and he goes, oh, Judy and Peter! And he goes running, and she goes, stop. And she goes, what? And she goes, they don't exist yet. He goes, and then he's holding their pieces in their hand. And he looks down at the game. And then they cut to, they're out by the river. And the game's tied up with a bunch of bricks. All right?
Burn the motherfucker.
And they... Hassan don't play no games with these niggas.
Yeah.
Hassan said, burn them motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, the first guys in 18 whatever the fuck, whose fault this really all
Who
is.
they buried it. They were terrified. They should have burned it for sure.
They should have burned it for sure.
Back then, that was witch time.
But I get it too. They're also like, it's 1800s and we're stupid, right? So they buried it.
But the 1960 people?
We'll never dig ever because, again, they're dumb. And then, but the 1960 people who, once he found it in the ground and like, oh, someone tried to bury this.
Dude, they were still dealing with colored bathroom signs. 1960s. They were dumb as fuck.
I'm not saying they weren't dumb, but they're definitely less dumb than the 1800s people.
Yeah, because they were dealing with slaves.
They found it. They found the game. So clearly someone tried to hide it. They should be like, oh, it's time to burn this shit.
Yeah.
It's time to burn this shit and then go and use the better water fountain.
So they dump it in. You're the best. Sounds the best, guys. They dump it in the river.
Yeah.
And you hear fades away. So she goes, Alan, there's something I want to do. He goes, yeah. She's like, I better do it before I feel too much like a kid again. And then she kisses him. And he smiles big. Mm-hmm. Cut to.
They have weird ass lives from here on out. They're these old ass kids.
Oh, bro, because they've lived life.
They've lived life. Yeah. And now they get to do high school again.
One of these kids is going to have all this nature Jumanji, like jungle ability skills.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude, I know how to outsmart a lion.
I have no fear with monkeys or any of that shit.
Yeah.
Like, no fear. Yeah. No fear, dog.
Yeah.
None.
Hey, the school shooting crisis is going to happen later. I know how to deal with that.
Dude, I'm ready, bro. Yeah. Oh, and this woman who's going to be like, also the gambling that they should have been doing.
Yeah.
That she should have been doing.
The woman's going to be like, damn, I know what it's like to be like lonely.
God, I know who wins the next 26 Super Bowls.
Oh, my God. Well, you don't
26
know.
of them.
Well, you have no idea if Alan disappearing changed that.
I'm taking a gamble on the next one.
That's a good point.
I'm like, oh, you think the Niners are gonna win? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
What makes you so sure, dude? Everything.
Yeah,
I don't think the Bengals
things.
have a chance.
A lot of things.
Yeah. So, it's years later they're at a Christmas party. Bonnie Hunt's now pregnant.
Okay.
Robin's dressed up like Santa, and he's talking to his dad on the phone. He's like, "I'll see you tomorrow, Dad. Yeah, I'll be picking you up from the airport. All right, I love you too. Like trying to go, love you. All right, love you. See you tomorrow. And then right then the wife comes up and she goes, they're here, right? And he goes, oh, and he's all excited. And then they walk up and they go, Jim, Martha, hi. Oh my God, we're so excited to finally meet you. Thanks you for coming to this party, this company party. It's a company party.
Okay.
Thank you for coming so much. Whoop, whoop, And then they go, you brought your kids, right? And they go, yeah, we did. And then they step out the way. It's Judy and Peter. And they're like, oh, and they almost like break down. Like, oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. You're just like we remembered. And then the parents are like,
what the fuck?
Yo, you're not working for this guy. How much are you not working for this guy?
Yeah, he's gonna fuck my kids in the butt.
We remembered.
What?
Because I'm like, are you fucking the butt, or you just like, do you want to eat it? Like, do you want to? What do you want?
You're definitely gonna murder my children, so we're gonna get out of here.
I thought it was weird when you said make sure they come to the party, but I was like, okay, you just want to meet the family. I'm a new company man, whatever.
Yeah.
But the whole breaking down.
Yeah, right.
So, they go nice.
Yeah, the other two, and the kids have no idea.
No, they're just like, hi, nice to meet you.
Right.
And they get them presents, and they're all happy. And they tell him about the job offer, right? That we're glad you want to do it. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I just only problem is he's like, we have a skiing holiday up in Canada that we're about to go to, and then right at the same time they go, no, because that's how they die.
That's how they die.
And then they look at her and they're like, no, we need you soon. We need you right now. We got to start right now. And then the dad's like, oh, well, whatever you need, we can talk about it. He's like, oh, let's go talk about it, right? And the smile, Christmas music starts playing, right? If camera fades out of the house, and it fades into these two Asian girls walking on a beach.
Whoa.
And they're like, oh, meow, 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 meow. And then as they're walking, you hear doom, 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 doom. And the camera zooms in on the game on this beach in some Asian land. Jumanji.
That's how The Grudge starts.
You're thinking of a different movie. This is how the war starts. The Grudge is a different movie.
Yeah. Pearl Harbor is just a consequence of this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just haven't finished it, and we're living in this reality.
Dude, life's crazy.
Life is weird.
What'd you think of the movie? What'd you think of Jumanji? That's it. That's Jumanji.
Way better written than I thought it would be.
Oh, the original?
Yeah. It's like
you thought the original was just going to be a fun, silly goose time, blockbuster kind of movie.
Yeah.
It is, but it's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
It's both.
Yeah, and I kind of wish they made the remake on these Asian girls, but I get no one's going to watch that, I guess.
No, The Rock and Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
More of that. Well, we finished this episode at 1 a.m. It's 1 a.m. right now.
Oh, wow. Fuck.
Thanks for rocking with us, Beaners.
Yeah, we got to get up tomorrow.
We do. We got a flight. Kansas City. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, thanks for listening.